Hey, Mooch Crap, J-Dubs.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Mooch, Crap, J-Dub.
Hey Mooch, hey Crap, hey Jay.
What up with your Crap and Mooch and Jay with?
Wake on up. It's Mooch, it's Crap, and Jay in the morning. Wipe your eye boogies, get your coffee finished yawning. This is Mooch and Crap. Show. Wake up, let us begin with gaming, news, skits, and call-ins from all the fans. No matter where you at, Cali or Pakistan, New York or New Guinea, this is where it's at. These are Xbox dudes with Xbox views on slander and hate towards Xbox news. This is Mooch and Crap. Show for the people, and they coming with it. Now do you understand? Now do you get it? Ponies love to lie and PC fans won't admit it, but Xbox hate is real and they all with it. Call in, let it ring in. We here to rock, we here to win. It's about the games, it's about the pride. Now Xbox community, come on, let's rock. Mooch and Crap. Make sure.
Mooch, Crap, J-Dub.
¿Cómo están, bitches?
Hey Mooch and Crap, hey Jay.
Hey Mooch and Crap. What up, Mooch and Crap and Jay?
Sup, Mooch and Crap. Sup, J-Dubs.
Hello, Mooch and Crap.
What up, Mooch? What up, Crap?
Hey, what's up, Mooch and Crap? You guys have the best damn podcast on YouTube, bar none.
Put the cookie down. It's time for M&C Mornings.
Good morning, everybody. Hope you guys are still stuffed from Thanksgiving. I know I am. I'll tell you this much. Not just that, but it's just been a holiday weekend. Like, you see the Christmas deals are already starting. The malls are already lit up. People are on Xbox all day long. Wish I could say the same for PlayStation. Went on there a couple of times. So I went on there a couple of times. There's like two people on there. Yeah. No talking, no nothing. Get on Xbox.
Hey, only frauds say otherwise, my friend. Only frauds say otherwise.
It's probably very true.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, man, good to have everybody here. Good to have Crap. Took Friday off from Crossfire to just kind of unwind, hang out with the fam, and it was pretty cool. But definitely, you miss one day, Crap. And you really miss podcasting. So I was really excited to get back in the chair and take over as the co-captain with you guys on this.
Yeah, and the good news about podcasting is there's always a new podcast. Like I'm proud to announce our new podcast, the podcast. So what we're gonna do is we're totally gonna podcast about podcasting, and it's gonna be great.
That sounds like a Seinfeld episode.
I know, right? Like,
yeah. If Seinfeld was still on, he would probably do something like that. A podcast about nothing.
Podcast about nothing. Yeah, we're gonna podcast about podcasts because
God bless Jerry.
Cool, and everybody does it, even though half of them probably shouldn't. So
Zing.
Oh crap! Shots fired. Shit. Oh man, let's get out of the way. Hey, but it is a good holiday for us. You know what I mean? I went out Black Friday stuff. Well, you know what's good is, right? I like, because we have the 4K TVs and of course the X and the S, they're both can play 4K Blu-rays. Right. Normally those things are $25-$30 a piece. Black Friday, they're $10 a piece most places. So, normally $100 might get you 3. Now $100 get you 10. You know what I mean? That's the best time to go out there and do it. So that's what I did, man. I stocked up. I got like all kinds of them,
Well, so Crap, I told you I'm going to procrastinate to the nth degree, but today's the day I'm going to go like surge crazy. I think I just got a shitter get off the pot here, right? And I mean, the point of the matter is Agents of Mayhem I'm going to pick up. I definitely going to pick up today. I think I'm going, it's tough because I'm not going to play Watch Dogs 2 and
you're going to play both. Watch Dogs
Mafia 3. I can't play them both. I still haven't done Assassin's Creed Origins. I still have that on my back burner.
I played both. And
yeah, but you played them when they came out, so it was a little bit easier.
Really. I played one after the other, and it was like, it was really fun. I thought it was really good. But it was like one good game after another. You know how sometimes you play a good game and then you get into another game and it's not good.
Yes.
You're like let down. That was like the exact opposite here. Like I played one and then the other, and I was like, holy crap! And I was not only that, but I was pleasantly surprised. I figured Mafia would be good,
right?
But I was pleasantly surprised at how good Watch Dogs 2 was because the first one was just bad.
Yeah, and the other thing, and I want to get to Jay. I want to ask Jay how he's doing. But the other question I have that's a big question mark is the home front game. A lot of people are saying to pick it up. It's great.
For $12 or whatever. I mean, don't be.
How do you argue with that, right?
Yeah. How do you This is what I'll say. Almost any game except for No Man's Sky is worth $12. So you can't really go wrong. It looks much better. It's enhanced. It is.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, it's so different than most shooters, right? And it's kind of like an RPG shooter or whatever. And so I think it's worth it just to kind of get it and try it out. If you don't like it, then you only lost $12. Like, who cares? You know what I mean?
Totally agree. Jay, what do you think? Now, Jay, me and Crap have had this discussion on a couple of podcasts over the past week. What is it that you've been looking forward to as far as this sale, A, and B, what did you do on Thanksgiving since, Canada kind of respects the holiday but doesn't necessarily celebrate the holiday?
Yeah, American Thanksgiving is called Thursday to me.
Yes, that's correct. Yes, also known as Thursday.
Yes.
As for the Black Friday sales, I kind of went a little crazy. I took the plunge. I've been dying.
He bought 2, I bet.
I bought 3 games. So I bought Super Lucky's Tale.
Sorry.
And
all right.
And
how much was it, Jay?
That's a good game.
So I got it for $25 maybe, and that's Canadian.
Is that digital?
Digital.
Okay, so it is $19.99 digital sale right now. Crap, I didn't know that. I thought that was a physical disc sale.
You could get earlier in the week. You could have bought the digital code off of line for $14.99.
Well,
Stop it.
I couldn't get that, and I saw that deal come up, but that was U.S. only. I couldn't get it in Canada.
Oh, okay.
Well, don't feel bad. I'm U.S. only, and I U.S. missed it. How the hell did I miss that?
and I'm telling you,
you're usually. Why don't you mooch Super Lucky's Tale, dude?
Yeah, if anybody's feeling generous, why don't you mooch Lucky's Tale?
That was what I was trying to do for a whole week. I was trying to mooch this game, and I kept putting the hints out there saying, "Hey guys, show the producer some love and blah blah blah." And Jay likes free games, but nobody. And that was the only game that I was hoping to get, and I kind of said, "Forget it, I'm not waiting any longer."
You should see Jay. Watching Jay mooch is like watching someone try to bait a deer. It's like he's leaving these little breadcrumbs, and then there's a massive trap. And you're like, wait a minute, that's a massive trap, Jay. He's like, no, come on in. The weather's warm. Come on in.
Honestly, I suck at that stuff. I suck. Yeah. Like, if I go to a flea market, you guys have flea markets in the States, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Go to a flea market, I can't bring anyone down from even if they have like something on for $1, some people say, I'll give you 50 cents for it. I'm like, here's your $1.
Absolutely. Yeah, no. It's funny.
You don't haggle well, right? See, I'm
not a good haggler at all. No.
Yeah, you gotta haggle.
Yeah,
you gotta haggle.
I haggle.
I bring my own like fold-out chair to stores. I just sit there, and they're like, "Sir, we cannot come down that low." I'm like, "That's fine. You guys talk amongst yourselves. I'm comfortable right here. You have a lot of TVs, by the way. This is great."
Well, here in Florida, right? Because as you know, I'm a bit of a video game collector and stuff. So there's always like yard sales and flea markets here. So I'm always going to those, like picking stuff up. And the difference between me and like most people is I'll walk away like every time if I'm not happy with it. You know what I mean? And then once you start to walk away, they'll be like, "Wait, come back." You know what I mean? Man? And then you're like, "God."
Well, that's it. That's exactly it. It depends on where you are. It depends on the brick and mortar you're in. And it depends on the product, right? Sometimes with like a Best Buy or something like that, the employee can't really haggle too much with you.
Yeah.
But there are times like that. Somebody in the chat, Axel, he was like, Mooch, he's like, Dishonored 2 is only $12. That's $12 over Mooch's wanting to ever play Dishonored. Dishonored should come with one of those. Remember those old things that like the Three Stooges or like one of the crazy old comedies when people used to go to sleep, they used to wear those like eye patches over both their eyes and fall asleep. That should come with that game. That game is literally a Unisom tab. It is a sleeping pill.
M&C Mornings, what's up?
Hey, John, you're live at Mooch and Crab.
Hi, Mooch. Hi, Crap. It's John Thomas the Gamer, your friend. And guess what? I went Black Friday shopping, and I got a deal. Fallout 4 Game of the Year Edition for $29.99. And it's usually around $60. I think that was a good deal. And what do you think of this net neutrality thing? All right, bye.
All right, John, good call.
Bye, John. Thank you
that is
very
a good deal. I mean, I've always wanted to kind of get into Fallout.
Get it now for $29.95.
$29.99 right now while offers last.
You can't beat this deal.
I think I think that's a great deal. I've been kind of
what was it? The
jump
Game
into
of the Year edition.
Game of the Year. So I mean,
that comes with all the DLC and stuff. That's a hell of a deal right there.
And isn't it rumored to be getting 4K?
No, it's not rumored. It is. They switched
is.
it over to the enhanced thing. Now it's coming soon, so they got it. It's going to be like a 4K type deal or whatever. So that's pretty cool. I mean, those aren't my type of games, but it is.
Xbox One in the chat goes, that's not a good deal.
Hey, be nice, Juan. Our friend John Thomas Gamer.
This is true, Mooch. The net neutrality thing. I mean, of course, it's typically just not. It's not good. The situation that's going on, right? Crap. I mean, the FCC that's going to get voted down. This happened a couple years ago, didn't it? Not to this extent, but it was all brought up and this and that, and it got shot down. It'll get shot down again. This whole FCC.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Like, it's one of those situations. It's kind of weird, right? Because there's a lot of special interest groups involved, right? So right now, like Netflix and stuff, right? They like net neutrality because they don't got to pick up the extra bandwidth cost, right? The ISPs do. So they like the big special interest groups, the Hulus and the Netflixes and the people that take up a lot of bandwidth.
Right.
They love net neutrality, right? Because if that were to end, they would have to pay their own kind of cost to cover that, and then there would be actually more competition in terms of different packages and new internet providers that could come out. Like if you like, here's the thing. Let's say you're just a person that likes to get on Facebook and do whatever. You don't need to be paying, for 80 megabytes down Fios or whatever. You know what I mean? There's probably a cheaper package for you, so they'd be able to package. So I see you know what I mean? I understand why, like, how things are kind of spun negatively or how it could be negative, but there's also the other aspects as well. So it's just one of those weird things, you know what I mean? It's like people hear about it, but they rarely do they actually study it and know what it's all about. So, I'm sure whatever happens will happen for the best. I don't know, hopefully everything works out for everybody.
No, I agree. I think ultimately, don't get me wrong. I understand the call to arms. I understand all the YouTubers, all the big YouTubers, not us guys, but all the big YouTubers are going crazy because ultimately it affects their bottom line, their paycheck. So, I mean, ultimately, I understand all of that. I think in the end, everything will be where everybody's comfortable. I don't know what direction. I think what Crap said, a lot of what Crap said is right. Look into it, read about it. Don't just see your favorite YouTuber or your favorite person on Twitter that you follow freak out. And then you start freaking out, and then somebody asks you, why are you freaking out? And you're like, I don't know why I'm freaking out, but he's freaking out. So I started to freak out, and you should freak out too. So before we all freak out, do a little bit of homework, figure out what it is, and see who it really affects. I do think ultimately we don't want to have it where you have to pay for certain bandwidth, and you have to pay for certain this, and you have to pay for extra for Netflix. That's all not good. I mean, I agree. That's ridiculous. Yeah. And it gets out of hand. So you can't put that kind of control into someone else's hands. But I really haven't dove deep into reading about it yet, like Crap said, so it's not fair for me to just like come out and lash out one way or the other. But of course I'm in favor of keeping things as close to as open and free internet as possible, because that is after all what the essence of the internet is. It's something we've all been born into, so to change that could it does impact people on the way the performance is on the internet. So it is what it is. But good question, John. And I've seen a lot of people in the chat just talking about like other great deals they've gotten. By the way, shout out to Lethal Papa. Lethal Papa goes, I thought Wolf 2 for $30 is a steal. It sure as hell is. Wolfenstein 2 and I'll correct myself here for crap's sake. Wolfenstein 2 is definitely a steal for $30.
You know what else is a great steal? I'll tell you what's a good steal. Somebody game gifted me Forza 7. It hasn't been yet, but that would be an amazing deal, guys.
Oh, well, you know what the big problem is, Jay? Is you're in Canada, right? So that's a different region. So game gift.
Would it work or it wouldn't work? It might. Oh no, it has to be
Canadian transfer.
Well, wait a minute. So can't Jay mooch or get a game gift from somebody in Canada?
He can from Canada, yeah.
But isn't there a way I can change my region? And then
Jay, are you trying to say the Americans are more giving than the Canadians? Is that what you're trying to say?
Way more giving. Way more giving.
You heard it here first, folks.
I saw Tryhard fans say, did anybody get PlayStation deals? No. Like, I'm just being honest. No. I was busy with so much Xbox One X stuff.
Well, not just that, but I mean, what a very poor, pathetic showing by the PlayStation Black Friday deal. Was that awful?
It was horrible. Like,
I mean, the Xbox has really 300 games on it, and PlayStation has like 22.
Yeah, well, Sony, they'll buy what we tell them to like. So I
That's
mean,
right.
basically,
That's true.
you're just not only that, but I haven't even touched my PlayStation since Xbox One X came out.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was like, you know what I mean. There was not really much you could do, but it was funny because I was out doing like Black Friday shopping, and then I do like the small business shopping on Saturday and stuff,
Nice.
supporting America, by the way.
Yes.
And so I caught that Justice League movie. That movie is the destiny of superhero movies, right? It's like a 6.5
right
all day. You know what I mean? It's like that like I don't know, because it is one of those things. I know we're supposed to be talking gaming, but as kind of like, I guess we also enjoy like movies and stuff too, and superhero movies. You'd figure that like the first time you get these characters together would be something really cool, and it was just kind of not. It was like very like CGI. You know what I mean? Like super CGI heavy, like a lot of like weird colors and backgrounds and like some characters that just pop out of nowhere. You had like, who's this guy? And they just kind of slam them together. And I just remember thinking, no, it's kind of weird. And then it's like this bad guy that like I'd never heard of. And just I don't know. It was just like, and nobody was even at the theater. There's like 2 other people on a Saturday. Like, you know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah.
That whole like DC thing needs kind of a makeover. Like I like some of the things, but damn, some of those things were just like, you just kind of go, oh damn, that's not good, But overall, you know what I mean? I was gonna like, it was a fun day, man. It was so far a good weekend. I got games, 4K movies, caught a movie. It was a good time.
We did a lot of online shopping, believe it or not. I'm a brick and mortar person, but a lot of the stuff we bought for gifts for people in the family stuff, we did everything online. We didn't go to the malls this weekend. I didn't go at all.
I never go to the mall anyway, but it's like I'll usually go to like the Walmart or whatever.
I'll definitely be at the mall sometime between now and say, Christmas Eve.
I haven't been at a mall in 15 years.
Wow. Well, I'll be I go a lot during the holiday. I just don't do the whole Black Friday weekend. I find that a lot of the doorbuster deals are either something I already own or it's something that like it's a buddy of mine told me this at Best Buy. So he goes, a lot of the people go crazy over the doorbuster deals that we do here.
Yeah.
But he goes, it's usually the lower tier stuff. Like he goes, if you wanted like a $7,000 OLED, right? He's like, you're not going to get here 6 o'clock in the morning on Black Friday, and it's going to be for $1,500. You know what I mean? He's like, but what we do take is the $800 TVs, and they're $200, or we'll take the $700 TV, and it's $350.
Yeah.
Or something like that. So he goes, if you're not in the market for the $500, $600, $700 TV, he goes, and he used that as an example. He goes, you're not going to really want to be here at 6 in the morning to get the deal because the product doesn't interest you. And the other ones that were really good deals, a lot of them I had already. Because we've been buying these games and gaming systems when they come out, crap. So we don't really kind of Jones for that. A lot of the stuff that I like are the hidden gems. Like I got a really good deal. I waited until Black Friday to order my 8 terabyte Seagate external instead of grabbing it
that's
early.
the good one right there. Yeah.
I saved like, if I bought it 2 weeks ago, I saved like $80 or $90. You know what I mean? That's a big deal. I think it was, I ended up grabbing it. Shout out to Foxy. Foxy tweeted it out.
Posting all kinds of deals, man. That was crazy.
$126 or $136 for the 8 terabyte Seagate. That was $210 at one time, and then like $186 at another time. So that was a great deal. So shout out to her for the hookup.
with all the games and stuff that are coming out. So,
Absolutely.
I mean, it's I bought so much stuff. You know what I mean? And it's like I don't feel bad because. I did buy some stuff that was like obviously not on sale like right when it came out, but a lot of the stuff I waited for the sales and stuff, and then of course I mooched some stuff, so that was pretty cool.
Right. Well, that always helps. Right. God bless.
So it wasn't as bad because like I had mooched Wolfenstein 2, and so I didn't have to pay for that, so it makes up for having to pay full price for Assassin's Creed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to it. I used to watch these shows a long time ago that used to say, when the holiday hits, and I'm going to be home a good portion of the whole Christmas week there, and like I wanted to be able to nuzzle in, kind of get into a game, and that's going to be Assassin's Creed for me. I have it; it's just waiting. I've absolutely crap. You'll like to hear this.
It's gorgeous.
I can't wait,
man.
But I've been taking game by game and enjoying it. Right, so I went ahead. I thoroughly went through Evil Within 2. Still kind of nitpicking at that and going at the new game plus. Now Star Wars beat the campaign. I'm maybe 60% through the arcade. I got 3 stars on everything on the light side. Now I'm doing the dark side, and I'm a little bit through that. I'm getting everything in 3 stars, trying to beat that through, and then enjoy a little bit of the multiplayer. I thoroughly want to enjoy each game. I actually started Wolfenstein, and I got to the 2nd or 3rd chapter, 4th chapter, something like that. Then I just stopped because I'm like, wait a minute. I'm double dipping here. I'm going through Wolfenstein or Wolfenstein 2. I'm going through that. And
Hello,
I'm going
G-Man.
through
How's it
Star
going,
Wars.
man?
Let me just utterly enjoy Star Wars while
This is
everyone's enjoying it.
Yusuke, his downstairs neighbor.
Let's
Awesome.
enjoy the hype that is Star
Okay.
Wars,
You
and then I'm going
stay
to
on the
do
line, I'll tell you when you're
Wolfenstein
live,
2. You
okay?
can kind of beat
Good.
within I say a week on just easy terms. If you're a speed racer, you can probably do it in a day. But I'm saying you know what I mean. So that's a game that like you go through. It's tons of head scratching because it's difficult. And then you dive into like an AC Origins when you got a little bit of time over the holiday. So I think that's the way I'm attacking these games. And then there's also Forza 7, Super Lucky Sale. There's a lot of games out there.
Yeah, it's so much to do. So much. But it's fun. You know, what I mean, it's gaming. So
it really
is. It is. So M&C Mornings.
Okay,
what's
you're
up?
live at Mooch and Crap.
Hello, my name is Yusuke, and I'm a PlayStation fanboy. You guys, the reason your platform stinks is because you don't get the true hardcore gamers or their games. We want turn-based JRPGs. We want to play cool stuff like Danganronpa and Persona 5. That's what we... Hey! Give me the fucking phone! What are you doing in my apartment? What are you doing here? I don't care if your father owns the building. Get out of here. Get out. Guys, I am so sorry. Your name isn't Yusuke, it's Steven. And stop dressing like an anime character. You're 35 fucking years old. Get out of my house. Guys, I'm so sorry. G-Man 1172. This why is everybody turning Japanese?
Oh, there he goes. G-Man's great. You know, G-Man, we were listening to some of his call-ins. He's got a talent because he does all these characters. He reminds me, you guys might not know these guys, but the Jerky Boys put out some great skits back in the, what is it? You want to say early 2000s?
Yeah.
And they just went to town. And G-Man, I call him G-Man Jerky Boy because like that man is ultimately an entertainer. He does so many voices. So, you know, thanks for the call in, G-Man. I'm sure you made a lot of people smile and a few people's stomach upset.
Oh, look who's back in the chat. It's the Xbox Pope.
So good to see the Pope.
It is, man. Isn't it good?
Yes,
thank
God.
If I get to this amount on Twitter, I'll go back, and I retweeted that quick. I was like,
yes.
Man, you got to have a Pope. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how it is, you know, and to have the Xbox Pope back. He does so much stuff for the community that he, you know what I mean? It's just, that's who he is, you know. It's like that's really good to see him in there as well. So welcome back, Xbox Pope.
Yeah, it's good to have the Pope back. When the Pope left, you know, it's almost like with the real Pope, right? In real life, when we're between popes and we're waiting for the white smoke to come up from the Vatican.
For the white
we're sitting there waiting for the white smoke to come out. We're like, where is he? Come back, Pope. And then he's like, I'm coming back. And everybody rejoiced that day. I think everybody had a glass of red wine. Yeah.
Everybody was like, hey, welcome back. And it's great. You know what I mean? Like the Xbox community needs the Pope. You know?
The blessing of the Pope is huge.
Yes, that is.
Thank you, Tommy. We appreciate it.
We do. More than you know, man.
More than you know.
It's true, man. 100% true. Let's go ahead and get our first voicemail. Who do we got on deck there, J-Dubs?
We've got Gold Lion X23.
Hey now.
Gold Lion.
Hey now.
Hey, well, it's always good to hear from Gold Lion. I bought most of the games that I wanted off the sale, including Injustice 2 for $20. I went out and did like a bunch of what do you call them? Apparently they couldn't hear the call, Jay. I don't.
Jay, they didn't hear
it at all?
No, apparently they didn't hear it.
Very strange. Okay.
Now they can hear me, but thankfully, but I was listening to the playback and there was no Gold Lion there. But yeah, he was asking about what me and Mooch got on Black Friday deals. As far as that goes, like I said, I bought most of the stuff that I wanted, and then like when I went out and bought stuff, it was like 4K Blu-rays and things like that, just because that's the best time to buy those, man. Like $10 a piece, you can't beat that. It's like Spider-Man, Homecoming, Wonder Woman, all kinds of stuff, you know. Just I went crazy and bought a bunch. So
Right. No, same thing with, Crap, you were saying Injustice 2, 20. There's something you do have to understand here, folks. And this is, I understand where Crap's coming from, and I can't blame him. I can't even blame him. But there's times like crap is like you should get Injustice 2 for $20. The deal's amazing. The deal is flat out amazing. And if that's your genre, that's your thing, I say go for it. But you get to a point, right? Crap. There's a lot of great deals right now for games that are even from $12 up to $20, $30 that are great deals.
Yeah.
But you can't buy them all. So where do you draw the line?
Why not? I'm gonna buy. We take our games with us, so it's not like
it's true. But
times,
a game,
you know what
a
I mean?
game
So-
like how do I put it? Like Injustice, okay? Like that was big when it first came out, and then it still kind of held its own. It's still there. It gets a little bump now because people are $20. They're like, oh, I'll grab it. They'll play it a little bit. But then, I don't like me buying Injustice. Like when I get to that game, which would be like February, March. No one, like, who's gonna play that? You know what I mean? So,
Dude, well, I mean, you never know. People just play it yourself. There's a story. There's all kinds of stuff. There, those games.
Injustice 2 get the patch for the X.
Yeah.
It did, right? Yeah, Face. Yep. I know the Face guy in the chat. I believe he's a Sony guy. It is what it is, buddy. He says I can't wait for a November NPD. No matter what November NPD says, we still are getting better games and frame rate. And
I can't wait till the November.
It doesn't
NPD
really matter.
too.
So you can take the sheet, you can frame it, you can autograph it, stick it up in your living room. At the end of the day, your games look worse. And I mean and you're the ones that everyone in PlayStation world kind of made this a thing. They all made this a thing. Now that the shoe's on the other foot, everyone's talking about games. And the thing is here's the thing. Can we talk about this for a minute? PlayStation had a very good year with games earlier in the year, but PlayStation doesn't have any games right now either. Yeah. Like, you guys can't be telling me you can't wait to get home and knock the door down for Knack 2.
Not only that, but even the games that
I'm all right, Jay. How you doing today? You enjoy your Black Friday,
right?
Thanksgiving?
So forget marketing deals are out the window as far as a gamer. Okay, not sales, but as far as a gamer is concerned, it plays and looks better on the Xbox. I mean, that can't make you feel right. And next year, I was just talking to shout out to AJ, he's a great guy. AJ kind of likes both systems. I think he favors Sony a little bit more, but that's okay. And we go back and forth.
It's not AJ.
He says, but I mean, no, but AJ he sent this list of games out, and only 3 are confirmed for next year. That's Days Gone, Spider-Man, and God of War. Now, God of War, I'll give you because God of War is God of War.
I still think Spider-Man gets pushed into 2019 just because
that might
no
be
date on that.
But Spider-Man is suspect because it's a lot of QTEs, and Days Gone is a complete mystery. Even though I'm actually most excited for Days Gone, that one's but Sea of Thieves. State of Decay 2 and Crackdown 3 are all coming out in 2018. So it seems even there on games. And then it's going to be, okay, so what's next? And Microsoft has all those deals that we saw that are the console exclusive or coming first to Xbox probably in 2018 that we saw at E3 last year. A lot of those. So
M&C Mornings.
Sorry about that, folks. But it was a hell of a rant.
Yeah.
Okay,
what's up?
Crap.
Good morning, Moochie Crap. This is Sir X-Man. I got a rant, but I want to say today was an extra strength day, so I couldn't do the Mooch coffee. I had to do White Lightning Mountain Dew today to wake myself up fully. But here's my rant for Ryan McCaffrey. There's no excuse for him not having a 4K TV now or anyone else. So there's no excuse for not having an Xbox One X because 4K TVs, which they say are slowly going to be trending in and nobody really wants or can afford a 4K TV right now, there's no excuse anymore because pretty much everyone will be having one by the end of the year or by next summer with the price reduction on these TVs. So where will PlayStation stand in this situation? P.S. Love you both. You guys have a great show today, and you know what I'm going to say. Give it to Luca. Talk to you later. Bye.
Nice. Well, go ahead, Crap.
I was just going to say, listen, when I'm out doing Black Friday shopping, everybody's buying 4K TVs, right? That's all everybody's looking to get, 4K TVs. 4K TVs are relevant for the Pro because that's not, I mean, and we're even seeing articles now crop up going, the PS4 Pro should have been a 1080p 30 frames per second machine with all the bells and whistles. Like they realize that is a poor man's choice of words as well for 4K. It's not doing anything relevant in 4K. It's not, and it doesn't have the ability to super sample automatically for games. It doesn't have an in-between for people with a 1440p monitor, which means, like the Xbox One X, right? You can hook that up to a 1440p monitor and you can get a 1440p resolution.
Right.
If you hook up a 1440p monitor to a PS4 Pro, you're getting a 1080p resolution.
Right.
Right? Like that's it. There's no in between. So it's really a mess.
Yeah,
the PS4 Pro is a mess in every sense of the word.
Yeah, I want to just a couple things. Jay, they can hear you screening calls. Me and Crap can't hear you, but they can hear you.
I'm totally not sure what's going on there. I'll make a couple of adjustments and see if that fixes things. Sorry about that, everyone.
Right. The other thing I want to address, because the chat's actually got some good stuff going on here. I want to talk to Face 23. Face, you got to understand something. Everyone's like, well, the only reason I'm making my point with NPD, he said, is because you guys are all saying that the Sony guys are going to switch over to Xbox because of the X.
They are going to.
Face, you have to understand something. Face. It doesn't happen in 2 weeks. The PlayStation 4 took over the course of 3 years. This happens with time. So all these people that are getting X's are going to go home over the holidays playing games. The PlayStation people are going to be like, oh, hey, what system? Oh my God, that's the X? Yeah, this thing looks sick, bro. I'm going to go get one. It takes months. It doesn't happen in 24 to 48 hours. What we're saying is you're going to see this gradual change from the casuals, not the hardcore. Not the hardcore. The casuals are going to go from PlayStation over to Xbox.
I think the hardcore go to as well. So the people that are buying PlayStations right now were the ones or whatever, and they tried to make that into a big deal with the whole like Amazon thing. They had lower numbers, so that's why they were sold out. But the fact of the matter is, no matter the Black Friday stuff, because it's always a whole weekend thing. So you have Black Friday, the whole weekend, and then Cyber Monday. Right. And the Xbox is doing great. You can get one for $169, the S, right? You can't find an X because those things are sold out. But the thing that people don't realize is Sony quickly dropped prices on the Pro for the holiday and the PS4 Slim to a really lower number than what most people thought they would, right? And why? Because they're getting the shit slapped out of them by the X, because the X launched on November 7th.
Right.
To possibly 1 million units already sold. Right. So that meant that Sony had a lot of ground to make up to not make it look as bad. The problem is it's going to look worse because not only did they do all that with the X to start off at the month, but now you can pick up those S's for under $200. And that's like the best 4K Blu-ray player you can get. People are buying this thing just to put it in their living rooms to watch the 4K Blu-rays because Sony was too good for that, right? Until he didn't want it. So, yeah.
Right. I mean, I don't know. I think that, Face, listen, you got to understand something. You writing that, enjoy bragging crap, fall 2019 PS5, AMD head confirmed. None of that's confirmed at all. And when you write that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? I feel like Eminem talking to Stan. Those are the type of things that make me not want to talk to you, bro. Because when you start doing that, that doesn't make any sense. Right now, I'm going to use your words. 3 lines up, Face says, PlayStation's going to win NPD. We're doing great. If they're doing so great, why are they going to come out with a next generation in a year? You know what I mean? You don't make any sense. You're telling me they're doing great. No one's jumping to the X. So if that's true, then you're telling me, and 3 lines down in the chat, that PlayStation 5's coming out any day now. Come on, man. It's like, which one is it? You can only stick to one story, and you got 2 different stories and 4 lines of text. So, I mean, it's ridiculous sometimes. I don't mind debating and having a good conversation about it, but you have to make sense. And what I'm saying is, don't look for the X's success to happen in 48 hours. It's not going to happen over Black Friday weekend. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like Phil Spencer's not going to retire on Tuesday. You know what I mean? There's a lot that has to be done. There's a lot of stuff that has to be done. And the point of the matter is, like, it's going to take a good year. But over the course of a year, a lot of Sony people that have bought the PlayStation 4 because of the better resolution is going to catch wind that and wait till Red Dead 2 comes out. Red Dead 2 is a PlayStation marketing deal, but everyone's going to be talking about how it looks that much better. Digital Foundry is going to be doing better looking game videos and clips and analysis months in advance. So the casual consumer will catch wind of it eventually, and when they do, that's when the move happens. And with Microsoft basically claiming they're never going to lose the power crown again, maybe they'll lose it for a year between the PS5 and the Xbox 2, but that's not enough. The point of the matter is they're never going to go 3-4 years without having the power again. So, with that being said, Face, that's what I'm saying to you. You have to realize what you're saying. Is it you're telling me that Sony's happy and content with where they are right now? If that's the case, fine. Let's see what happens over the next 12 months, see if you're right. But then you can't tell me like 18 months later they're going to come out with a PS5. Sony would never do that if they're making money hand over fist winning NPD after NPD. So it's one or the other, buddy. And time will tell. I happen to think that the X will catch up some serious ground in the next 12 months, not in the next 12 days.
I think it caught up a lot of ground this month alone.
It did, crap. But to his defense, there is a lot more ground we have to catch up. You cannot make up 3 years in one weekend. It just doesn't happen.
Well, it's less than 2 million difference in America.
True. Yeah, in America, yes.
Yeah, to think that they didn't catch up greatly this whole month would be foolish. So
a lot of work has been done in the past 2 weeks in the United States. Absolutely.
Yeah. 100%. You know, it's really one of those situations where people were expecting the X to flop. People were expecting the Xbox brand to go the wayside, and that didn't happen. You know, everybody's talking the X. Like, I'm out at stores, you can't find them things anywhere. Where I saw PS4s all over the place. Now, I do live in an area that is more Xbox centric, but I'm seeing the same thing. Like, they had pallets and pallets of Xbox One X's, and those were gone. You know what I mean? So Xbox was doing just fine.
Yeah.
And I think that people are going to feel stupid because even, let's say Sony won Black Friday, right? They're not going to win by that much.
No.
And when you count the X's that sold at the beginning of the month,
right,
it's game over because that supposedly sold more than 600,000 or something like that. So, I mean, there's no possible way that they're losing that. It's not going to happen. And Switches, while popular, are still constrained by stock. So, you know, people that are thinking that the Xbox is going to get embarrassed or whatever, I don't think that's the case. I think that a lot of people are going to be pretty much having crow and egg on their face come November NPD. And that's just the way it is, you know, like new hardware is going to sell. People were waiting. Somebody wants your gamer tag, Jay. They said they would gift you.
There it is. We'll make sure they're from Canada.
Let's see if this works. So
his name is LaCroix.
My gamer tag
what is that supposed to mean, crap?
Canadian.
God.
Not necessarily.
Oh, he's Canadian. Guy LaCroix? Are you serious? That's fucking Canadian as hell.
Face, I don't need to read the article, man. You know what I mean? Articles I get sent to me from both sides of the camp. It doesn't really matter. There's not going to be a PlayStation 5 in 2019.
The funny thing is, they're like, we're fine. We're perfectly happy with PlayStation right now. You know, we got the games, games, and then they're like, but PlayStation 5 2019.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't hold water.
If you're happy, you're not going to sit there and go, hey, we definitely want that PlayStation 5. You know what I mean?
Right.
Especially given the fact that you don't have any guarantees with Sony the way we do with Microsoft, where your shit's going to carry over. Right? That
hasn't been discussed yet by Sony. Yeah. And I mean, if you're a Sony fan, don't write to Mooch and Crap. Write to Sony. Be like, am I going to be able to bring my PS4 games with me? What about all those PS3 games that I'm using as a coaster right now? What about all those games? You know, like, you guys don't ever say any of that stuff. And it's like, don't think you're going to get 2019. Sony doesn't care about the console war. All they care about is winning.
Cares.
All day. Thank you so much for recording that, Jay. Is that
what the hell was that?
That was all day.
Oh, was it? Oh,
that just made my morning. I'm not gonna lie to you. That made my morning. I didn't know that was in there. Jay, good secret you kept there. That cracked me up. But all day is one of the funniest people I've ever run into in the past 3.5 years in this YouTube world.
Well, you know, it is funny to see so many people like flip out right now. You know what I mean? Like, people are really freaked out right now about how the X is doing.
Right.
And that and I love it, to be honest with you. Like, they act like they didn't care about exclusives when they both launched.
Right.
Now they do. They only cared about resolution and power. Now they don't. You know, it just goes back and forth, you know, and I always just find that kind of funny. And those are like pretty much the frauds.
Yeah.
You can really tell which ones.
Shout out to Kenneth Maynard, who's in the chat too. And this is something that Face needs to hear as well. Kenneth makes a point and says, wait until you see Anthem on the Xbox One X and the launch that's going to have. Remember, Sony had a massive launch with Destiny 2 this year and Star Wars Battlefront and all this and that. And all of these things came out before the Xbox One X was released. So it was hard for them to kind of combat in that. Now, hear me out. Next year, you've got Red Dead 2 is going to look better on the Xbox One X, right? And the word will get out. Digital Foundry will put the word out on that. Then you have Anthem coming out end of next year into the holiday, and Anthem is going to be the quote-unquote, okay, everyone will have to wait and see, the quote-unquote Destiny killer. And if it is the Destiny killer, and Xbox has marketing rights, and it looks better on Xbox, folks, You don't have to you don't need a 4-year degree with a master's to understand what's going to happen. You're going to slowly see the gravitational pull from PlayStation over to Xbox. And that's not fanboy talk. It's what happened that's why PlayStation 4 won this generation early on. You guys won on, you only won based on 180p. The games that you have coming out now, look how long it took. It took 3-4 years. It took 3-4 years. It's 2.5 years, almost 3 years for Uncharted 4 to come out. Your flagship game took forever to come out. So my point being is, yes, now there's games coming out. Xbox, you have Phil Spencer, who sits at the round table at the number 1 or number 2 company in the world, folks, telling you that he's working on first-party games. You should watch out.
Not only that, but
that is a lot of money he can spend.
I'll give you a perfect example of how freaked out Sony fanboys are right now. Right, this is a good example. Playground Games, who does the Forza Horizon series, right? Brilliant fucking developers. Probably one of the best up and coming. Yeah. Microsoft announced they signed deals last year, just in time for this company to expand. Now they're hiring. They're doing an open world action RPG. They hire people that did open world games like Metal Gear 5 and different games like that. And now the Sony fanboys are all like, I hope it's multi-plat. You know what I mean? It's like, they're like, Xbox has no games. But then every time there's a chance that there's something that's going to be exclusive, they're like, nah, that'll be multi-plat. You know, right? Which it just goes to show you the narrative will always change. The PlayStation fanboys are some of the most fickle, ignorant ass buckets I've ever seen in my life.
Well, you know what it comes down to, crap. And I said this early on. You got to go back 3 years ago. Is basically, the Sony fans are for the most part, they're young. They're a youthful group, and I think the Xbox community is much older. Like, I mean, I'm not talking, and you might go, well, Mooch, that's just because of the interaction you have with YouTube. No, forget YouTube. I'm talking about the people that write me on Xbox Live. A lot of the people are 30 plus, and they're like, dude, great, this and that, blah, blah, blah. The reason I buy Xbox is because I prefer the ecosystem, this and that. They always mention their age. They say they're older. And I think Xbox has an older group. And I think the PlayStation fans are just typically younger. And that makes sense. It makes sense. Look at the games like Ratchet and Clank, okay, Crash Bandicoot. They have these games that constantly come out. Xbox is trying to tap into that with Minecraft and Lucky Tail. But it's going to take time for Microsoft to do that. Sony's been doing it for 2 decades. So Sony's got that youth. And that's the whole thing. And I think Microsoft's trying to get there, but Sony has a younger audience. That's why when you see these rash comments, crap, you can tell it's coming from a younger audience.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? It's easy to pick up on. It's not even something that I particularly care about. It's just you could just always tell who the PlayStation fans are the ones that are like, I don't care about that, and then 2 seconds later they're trying to obviously they're caring about it. You know what I mean? It's to me that just comes with the territory. I don't take it seriously. I don't personally care. Like anybody that knows me knows that I'm an Xbox fan. I prefer Xbox, but I was never one to sit there and go, Xbox One was more powerful than PlayStation 4. You know what I mean? Like I never said that. I was never one to say that. Where you'll have some of these PlayStation dudes swear up and down that the PS4 Pro is 8.4 teraflops.
Let me ask the handful of PlayStation guys in the audience right now that are in the chat.
He called it a Millennial Station 4.
Let's be honest. Now that we're where we are, right? We're all playing Monday morning quarterback right now. Everybody's playing Monday morning quarterback. Isn't it ridiculous how we made such a big deal between 900p and 1080p? Isn't that ridiculous now when you have the Xbox One X beating, by 800p? You know what I mean? Like it's wild, isn't it? I mean, crap, this is what we've been saying since the beginning of the generation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You've got 2160p versus 1400p in a lot of cases. And that's a big difference versus the 1080p 900p.
Yeah.
But Sony fans, you have to admit, right? That was your whole claim to fame. But my third-party games look better than yours. And it's like, okay, statistically and numbers-wise, you're right. To the human eye, I couldn't see the 180p.
I agree with you,
but let me tell you why you're wrong. Exactly, Mooch. And now, I mean, you can't sit there and tell me 180p was noticeable, but now you can't see the difference now with the 4K textures, the lighting, the difference in resolution.
4 million different. Difference in pixels.
And if you don't think the casuals
cares.
I swear to God, I love it. I'm sorry. But yeah, I mean, isn't
we
that
didn't
something?
start that fight. Oh, come on, dude. PlayStation fans were the ones that were like, "Hey,
Yeah, you did.
you know, Resolution Gate and all this nonsense."
It was the Sony fans with the help, the very, very strong backing of the gaming media. And that's what it was. The gaming media. That's so great.
He pops up on the screen too. Did you notice that?
No, I didn't.
He does. He popped up on the screen.
All day does?
Yeah.
I want that as a ringtone. When somebody calls me that's an unlisted number, I'm just going to have it be like, who cares?
I always do the Seinfeld thing, right? I do. I do.
Don't see it on screen, but that's okay. I'll wait for it.
I do the Seinfeld thing where, like, I'm like, "Hey, I'm about to eat something, but hey, can I get your home number and I'll call you back tomorrow?" You know what I mean? Because you know they're not gonna like that. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, the Xbox One X really, Microsoft has done exactly what they said, and the games are gonna come, and games are coming next year. We already know a good amount because Forza Horizon 4 in Japan with HDR and 4K. Jesus.
I hope that's real. That's going to be fantastic. I mean, the lighting, the HDR, wow.
Yeah, like, well, it was a screenshot or something that leaked. So, like, I mean, that automatically makes Xbox's lineup next year that much better.
Yes.
Because what can anybody say bad against Forza Horizon 4 besides, oh, another Forza Horizon game, huh? You know what I mean? Like, oh, another God of War game or another, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you can say that to anything, but it's like the idiots that always say shit like, oh, well, they're really milking Halo. Let me go buy Ratchet and Clank 15 or Gran Turismo 18. You know, it's such a double standard. It's unbelievable how, you know, think about this, right? You'll love this. Uncharted just celebrated its 10-year anniversary, right? And think of how many fucking Uncharted games have come out in just 10 short years. Okay, you had Uncharted 1, Uncharted 2, Uncharted 3, Uncharted on the Vita. You had Uncharted 4, Uncharted Lost Legacy, and the Uncharted fucking collection, and an Uncharted like phone game or some shit, right? In 10 years, that's 7 different games. Even if you take away the phone game, that's 6 games. You know what I mean? Like, wow. And people want to say that Microsoft milks their shit? Come on.
I mean, it's just, look at even the Wii U and the Switch. Right? I mean, there was the Super Mario Brothers that came out with the Wii U. Then they did the Year of Luigi, which is basically just Mario Brothers again through the game with Luigi. Then they did the Mario Kart thing a million times. And when the Switch came out, they did Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Everybody does it.
They only do one Mario Kart per gen. They do one Smash Brothers per gen.
Well, that may change this time, crap, because they did a deluxe
right
away, and you know they're gonna have another one.
They could, but I mean, look, they're gonna have to have a constant influx of games, right? Because they're selling so many of these Switches, and that's gonna go really well for them, I think. I mean, obviously, the Nintendo is not in any danger of any time soon. You know, I know a lot of people said that the Switch would fail, and I said, no, I didn't see it failing, because this is exactly what happened, right? And I said this with the Wii U. The Wii U was a good idea. The problem was, the number one complaint that people had was the tablet thing. They wanted to take that places, and now they fixed that, right? So you can take that with you wherever you go, and you can dock it. And like, people wanted that, and they listened to it, and that really appeals to a wide variety of gamers. You, me, everybody. You know, it's not going to be many people's first only platform. But there's a lot of people that are going to buy that thing. Hey, we got over 400 watching. Hit that like button.
Hit that like button. That's what I was just saying. Yeah. Same thing. Let's go.
Yeah, hit that like button. Let's go, man. It's a Sunday, not afternoon yet. But hey, Jay, can we go ahead and try a voicemail?
Yeah, can we try one out?
So I'm assuming the last voicemail from Goldline didn't come through to everybody. Maybe we'll play that one at the end, but I'm going to go ahead and play Ham Tweezy 2192.
Okay.
Right. And audience, let us know in the chat if you hear it.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Mooch and Crap? It's Xbox Gamertag Ham Tweezy 2192 calling back again. I haven't called in for a while, but I've been listening to your guys' show, every single one of them, and pushing the like button. So keep up the good work, guys. I love it. I just wanted to call in and ask you guys, you know, a couple things. First off, I have the Xbox One X. I got it on launch day. I got a Project Scorpio. The console is amazing. I mean, I'm telling you, the bump in clarity, performance, and graphics in all 3 of these areas is outstanding. It is a whole new experience from what we got going from, I think, personally, 360 to the 1S or Xbox One original. I haven't had any issues with it mechanically or any overheating or fans or none of that stuff. Everything's worked perfect for me, so I'm very fortunate in that. And additionally, I got to say, now this is what I wanted to ask you guys, was I kind of have a newfound appreciation and respect for what the developers were able to do with the OG Xbox. I mean, 1.31 or whatever the teraflop number is on that console. Yes, there is a considerable difference in what we're seeing on the Xbox One X. Absolutely a noticeable, considerable difference in all areas. But for what they accomplished on such little power, really, and what they're still accomplishing, is pretty damn amazing if you ask me, and I'd like to know what you guys think about it. I still game on an OG Xbox, a fat. I have two of them, and they're two different places. So when I go to the other place, I still game on that one. And I tell you what, quite honestly, my experience is not degraded in any way whatsoever, changing consoles. Now, I got to admit, it's more immersive. I feel more immersed in the world and in the game on the X, hands down, especially on a 4K. I'm the one that was telling you guys I got the TCL P series, and man, with the HDR and the 4K, it's absolutely amazing. But I mean, it really doesn't take me out of the game to game on the old Xbox. And if you're somebody who hasn't made the jump yet, or you don't have one yet, you got to get one eventually. You're just gonna have to. It's that big of a leap. But feel satisfied in what some of these developers, some of them are lazy, but for the most part, what these developers are giving you, because you're getting something that is actually pretty darn good for the amount of power they're squeezing out of that thing. So anyway, guys, thank you guys for the time, and I'd like to hear what you guys thought about the way developers are using still the old system. All right, thanks. Like the show, guys. Bye.
Well, it was a good call, and I'm not sure what he means by using the old system, but I mean,
like still making games for that as well or whatever. But it doesn't take a lot of extra time or anything for me personally. Once I went 4K HDR, I can't go back. That's just I still have my S because I think it is a quality system and it's set up right here next to me. Mm-hmm. But I don't really see me using that much. Just things don't look as good or as crisp. So I guess I'm kind of a snob in that way now, but it's all about that 4K.
It is.
And I'll probably buy another X and maybe replace the S altogether next year.
That's what I'm doing. I mean, just shout out to EDM Gamer, who's, I don't understand what his rationale is.
Is that really the same guy, or is that like a?
Oh, I don't know, but I mean, whoever he is, all I'm saying is that he says the X changed the game. Listen, just so you know, EDM Gamer, I want to tell you this instance. This actually just happened this morning, and it happened yesterday. Had family over. Yes, I have a 4K TV. Hooked up to my X.
That's like a fake EDM gamer, dude. That's not like.
I'm just talking to the person that's here now. One. But what I'm saying is, people sat down and they saw Star Wars Battlefront 2, and they're like, "Holy shit, this game looks." These are not gamers. These are not gamers. These are just like aunts, uncles, like people who don't play video games. And they sat down, they were like, "Wow, this looks amazing." And I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Oh, what?" I'm like, "That's the new X, and it plays games in 4K." And they're like, "Well, we always see our nieces and nephews and this and that and blah 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 playing games all the time. This looks completely different and like brand new. Like this is like new technology." And I'm like, that's what we're talking about when we say the X is changing the game. It takes time. It takes word of mouth. It takes Thanksgivings. It takes this Christmas for people to come over from family or a cousin of yours that's a PlayStation person, actually see somebody who has an X, sees it on a 4K TV, goes, wow, this is a graphical jump, a resolution jump, a texture jump. I notice it with my own eyes. These are people that don't play video games saying, wow, this looks insane compared to what I've seen people playing games at all the other houses we go visit over the holidays. This is a game changer. It really is. If you don't want to see that, or you want to say, no, it's okay, and you're happy with what you've had the past 3 years, by all means, I'm not going to talk you out of it. But what I'm going to tell you is you can't sit there in the chat and say that, well, Xbox fanboys are just saying it's going to change. It is changing the way people look at gaming. It really is, because it is a massive boost in resolution, textures, and lighting. And that's just the way it is, guys. You can sit there and hate it all day, but when people started telling me this weekend that they noticed a difference in the way games look on the X on a 4K TV, these are people that don't play games. They said that they're like, wow, that is insane. This game looks like a movie. That's insane. Like, that's what it takes for somebody who's a casual to go, I want that one. That's what a casual does. What looks better? If you have a pizza place that has better sauce than the one next door, but you make a better looking pie the way it looks, people are still going to go and buy your better looking pizza than the mush next door, even though they have better sauce. It's the way it is. And Xbox banked on that. So that's the whole point behind it. All right, there you go. Thank you. Yes, that's my little 15 seconds of DJ. Yes. Thank you. But anyways, it is what it is, and that's where they want to get. Microsoft wants to get the casuals back, crap.
Yeah. Well, I think they're going to achieve both. Which one sells best? The new iPhone or the lesser iPhone, right? The X is going to sell the best. Exactly. The Xbox One X is going to sell the best because we're in a day and age where people want the best. They're not going to, you know what I mean? You're still going to have like the little kids and stuff. They're going to be happy with a $179 Xbox One S or whatever. But, you're not going to see the majority of people pick up the lesser console anymore. They're just not going to do it.
Well, and shout out to Face here again. Face goes, you're happy with your Xbox for 4 years. Now people are going to switch platforms after they're investing in the ecosystem. Face, there's nothing that holds anybody to PlayStation or Xbox anymore. It's what have you done for me lately? It's the same thing in sports. I have people every day being like, yo, Mooch, your Giants suck. Meanwhile, they like the Dolphins. Okay, and I'm like, come on, bro. we won 2 Super Bowls in the past 10 years. It's what have you done for me lately? So, Face, yes, I do think people will switch to X. They're not invested. There's one game that would keep people on PlayStation right now. One, and that's Destiny 2. One game. Call of Duty starts from scratch every year, right? Anthem is going to be new. It's going to be starting from scratch next year. Games like Mafia 3, Mafia 4, whatever comes out, Red Dead 2, that doesn't keep you in allegiance to PlayStation or Xbox. It's what system is going to look better for you and play better for you moving forward. And if they can take their PS4...
How many people switched from 360? Think about that.
Exactly. That's my point. All those people went, exactly, Jay. People went from 360 to PS4. So, Face, all I'm saying to you is that you can't sit there and tell me people won't go after 3-4 years of use with the PS4 over to X again because it's a better looking console. It's just the way it is. And that's not me telling you that as a fanboy. That's just looking at trends. This is what you guys all love, these stat sheets. You love sales. You love what people gravitate towards on numbers, and that's the way it is when you look at these guys. You have these Michael Pachters, all they're looking at is numbers, and then they make a guess off of the numbers. And I'm doing the same thing, but I'm watching the actual historic trail, and the trail leads to PlayStation fans the casual PlayStation fan coming back to Xbox in the next 2 to 3 years. It takes time. Again, it's not going to happen, December 25th. 2017 on the day. It's going to take some time, but it is going to happen, and you're going to watch it happen slowly.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but people are going to just see how much better the games look. Like, I've been putting out the Xbox One X versions of games in 1080p 60, but you can still just see the much higher quality everything in those videos as well. And people notice that, and people will want the best. And I think that Microsoft understands that, and there's going to be some people that aren't going to change, but a lot of people that did go with the PS4 strictly because of the power difference or 1080p or whatever, why wouldn't they switch? Right. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't make sense.
Like,
if they switch from 360 to PS4 for that,
right,
why wouldn't they switch from PS4 to Xbox One X?
Right. And Face, to be honest with you, unless you're someone that just likes single player games, why wouldn't you get an Xbox for your multi-plats? Why wouldn't you get an Xbox One X? It makes no sense not to. I mean, I'm not telling you to take your PS4 and throw it in the garbage and not play, God of War 4 when it comes out. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that if you're a gamer and you like the way things have been going the past 3 years, which is better resolution on your PS4, well, then just using your words, you should probably buy an Xbox One X for your multi-plats, at least.
Yep.
So
100%.
And that's kind of where I leave it.
Are what we play 99% of the time, every one of us.
That's right.
You know what I mean? There's nobody. And first of all, PlayStation exclusives are all single player stuff that they finish a week later anyway.
Yeah, I mean, even the diehard great point, crap. Every single PlayStation game, Uncharted. No one is playing Uncharted 4 right now.
Hell, nobody's playing that
No!
shit, you know? Come on.
But I still see people playing Gears of War 4 multiplayer almost every single day. Half of my friends list.
Yes. Yep.
You know?
Everybody plays Gears and Halo 5 and Forza. You know what I mean? Like these games with multiplayer last a long time. That's something that they don't get either. Like the hardcore PlayStation fan thinks that, all you got are old games getting patched. But they don't understand that the communities on these games that have multiplayer last years. You can go back and play Gears 3 now in 4K, and it still has more people on the multiplayer than Killzone or any first-party multiplayer game that Sony's put out this gen. Guaranteed.
Right.
Guaranteed.
We have an M&C Mornings call.
Yes, M&C Morning. What up?
Hey, what's up, Mooch? Crap. How you guys doing? I see that there's a lot of trolls in the chat. Very interesting. I would just like to point out that I've been on my PlayStation 4 for 3 years, and as soon as I got my Xbox, I switched over, and I haven't looked back. Like, I've played a couple of PlayStation games this past year, but I've mostly just been playing on the Xbox, and it's a completely new ecosystem for me. And I have friends as well who have switched from the PlayStation to the Xbox. So it's not completely unreasonable to believe that people will switch ecosystems if they if they can find a benefit in it. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just assume that people are super invested in trophies or achievements like that. Some people are like, you know what? This system offers me something better, or something that I'm interested in, so I'm going to switch over to it. I don't care about trophies. I feel like I have a good amount for the past 3 years that I've been gaming, but it's like I didn't have any issues dropping my PlayStation. And I use the term drop loosely. I still have my PlayStation, but it's collecting dust. I haven't turned it on in months because I've been completely invested in the Xbox brand. So, you know, you can't just say people wouldn't switch over or won't switch over, or it's completely impossible. You can't say that, because I'm an example, and a couple of my friends are good examples as well. And that's all I wanted to say. And also stop trolling in the chat, or I will block you. Okay, thanks. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye.
That's an awesome call. And there's, that's a good example, because when I first met Luca, she definitely was playing on PlayStation quite a bit. And now she's always on Xbox. And, there's a guy here in the chat, which I'm not going to give, Neverland, that went off on Twitter, and I didn't get involved with all the stuff he was doing. Hey, listen, if you're happier on PlayStation, go ahead. But there's no way, there's no way that what he's saying right now, he's like, well, it's just better over there, and the people that play on PlayStation are more hardcore. That's an insane thing to say. That's like literally saying
hardcore gamers really want like the better chat and actually talk and have mics and stuff. And they don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
so it is what it is. Listen, if you're happy over there, but the reason I don't think Neverland is happier, the reason I don't think he's happier over there is because he has to keep saying he's happier over there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
Like, you don't understand. Like, people who are like doing really well in life don't open their window and be like, I'm doing really great. Yeah. Today's a good one. Do that because they're just having a good day, dude. They don't need to.
The person that's the most badass is the one that's not going around saying how badass they are.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the Chuck Norris jokes were great, but the reason they were great was because Chuck Norris never said any of those things about himself.
Exactly.
You know?
It's 100% true. I mean, you know what I mean? So yeah, I just it's funny. And you know why there's so many trolls right now? Simply because they know we're right. These people are really, really insecure right now. Right? They probably have, and look, let me put on my psychology hat, because I'm a lot more intelligent than these people. Basically, what happens is they have friends or family that switch from PlayStation to Xbox One X, and so they know what we're talking about is true. They have people they see it themselves. Maybe they're at a store and saw everybody buying the Xbox One, and now they're flipped out.
Right.
And that's exactly what's happening right now. And so they're trying to make themselves feel better.
Right. And that's what it is. And listen, guys, look, when you go play whatever it is you want to play, and we're not here to really say, the only thing is every so often you got to come out and you got to speak like what it is. And when you guys are saying all this stuff, it's the shoes are reversed, right? Everything's reversed. Everything's the way, everything that was 3 years ago is now the shoes on the other foot. Mm-hmm. And to see all the Sony fans freaking out now is just mind boggling, because you didn't care about resolution. It didn't matter. Right? None of that mattered. And now it's like, oh well, I gotta go get my PlayStation because that's where the hardcore is. That's where my games are at, right, bruh? And it's like, what, bruh? Huh? What? Okay. And it's like, that's fine. It is what it is. I don't care. Like, Neverland's happy you're over on PlayStation. Godspeed, man. That's awesome. Enjoy yourself. Knock yourself out. But you can't go on Twitter and YouTube for like 6 days straight and be like, you know what I like? PlayStation or bust. PlayStation and me on our way to our honeymoon. Here's me and my PlayStation buckled up. We're going for a coffee. Hey, PlayStation, you want your eggs runny or you want them over hard? What do you want, buddy? Huh? Me and my PlayStation. And it's like, who cares, dude? Nobody cares. Enjoy yourself. Have a good time. Meanwhile, just keep in mind, while you're playing your multi-plat, we'll be playing it at a higher resolution, better 4K textures, better lighting. And that's all there is to it.
100%. M&C Mornings, what's up?
All right. Hey, Mooch and Crap. I had a question. Why do all these Sony fans so worried about our Xbox One X? Because it really don't matter. We all want about better graphics, right? So that's the reason why I basically bought an X, is because of the graphic upgrade, basically. So just want to know what the whole big deal is. The Pro is not really a great system, but they push it so much. Love your show, guys, and let me know what you think about the question.
Was he fading in and out there for anybody else?
Yeah, I didn't hear it.
His question was about something.
He said he didn't know why. The same thing we've been talking about. He's confused on why the PlayStation guys are so up in arms and this and that, and why they're bugging the Xbox people.
They're upset because they thought they had the shit when it came to the PS4 Pro, and then they realized it wasn't the shit. It was just shit. You know what I mean? They got this machine that realistically was kind of secretly designed and put out to help with VR.
Yeah.
And they thought that it was something that was really going to give them some kind of 4K thing, because Sony spun all this checkerboarding stuff. And the fact of the matter is, you can see checkerboarding, like the checkerboard pattern. Hey, Starscream.
Nice. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. To be honest with you, Crap, me as a consumer, and this goes a shout out to Face and a couple other people in the chat that are all Sony guys. I'm pissed as a consumer. Forget the fanboy stuff. Like, I went from a PS4 vanilla to the PS4 Pro, and there's nothing. There's no graphical boost. My friend has a PS4 vanilla. He plays Horizon Zero Dawn like crazy. He loves the game. Comes over. I'm playing Horizon Zero Dawn on my Pro. He goes, glad I didn't buy that shit. He likes games. He doesn't give a shit about the stuff we talk about. He's like, mine looks just like that. And I'm like, no, this is the Pro version. He's like, yeah, great. Good for you. Looks just like that. And I'm like, wow. I'm a little pissed as a consumer, not as a fanboy, not as a this, not as a gamer. Everybody's a gamer these days. Everybody's walking around with a candle lit. Listen, I've been gaming since the 80s, all right? A lot of people that have been gaming right now that are like, I'm a gamer. They picked up their first console like 8 weeks ago. Anyway, I love this. I'm getting into chats with people. They're like, don't you know, Mooch, that I'm a gamer? You know what gamer means? I got gamer tattooed. The definition of it on my back. I'm like, it doesn't matter. Nobody cares.
I also want to point it out, like with the whole badass thing, like the people that are badasses don't go around shouting they're a badass.
Right.
People that are gamers don't have to go out there and talk about how neutral they are, how they like everything, or
I'm neutral.
Hey, I'm everything. Just game, people. Just game.
Because I like how all the neutral. Yeah.
Those people are the ones that are the most full of shit.
Yeah.
Because you will see them, like these people that claim that they're quote unquote neutral or whatever, they're not neutral. Right, because you always see them pick one side over the other on their social media or whatever, and these are the same people that watch football and that like want to absolutely obliterate the other team, and they're like, "Fuck you if you like the other team that I don't like," or with cars, or with DC versus Marvel, or whatever. Everybody has something. So for anybody that tries to make it seem like it's a belittling thing to get involved in console wars, take a look at yourself, man. If you're fucking that hardcore about anything, then how the fuck are you going to complain about somebody talking about console wars? Because if football is a game too, and we all get into that, like you hate the fucking Cowboys, I hate the fucking Steelers. You know what I mean? Like the whole Steeler week, I'm not talking to a Steeler fan. You know what I mean?
Well, that's it.
So then afterwards, it's fine again.
Ask anybody that says they're a neutral, like Crap saying. Ask them on Twitter. Be like, hey, excuse me, just real quick before we get into this. Who's your favorite football team or baseball team? And if they even respond with a team, then be like, okay, I don't even need to hear you anymore.
Yeah, because that's like, if they go, oh, well, I'm just neutral. That's like saying, well, you just watch football for watching football.
I watch football for watching football.
You just want teams to have fun. Right?
Nobody
Like,
says
hey,
that who watches football.
You just hope there's no accidents and that everybody just finishes equally, right? Like, get out of here.
I'm a Mets fan. I can't stand the Braves. Can't stand them. 14 freaking title wins in a row. Kiss my ass, Atlanta. But my point is,
Schmaltzy and
oh my god.
And
I've gone to Total Recall so I can forget them all. Don't ever mention their name. Glavin.
all those.
Listen, I got news for you, man. They put me in hell for so many years. Like, you can't sit there and be like, I like one, not the other. Get the hell out of here with that nonsense. I mean, everybody has a preferred console, a preferred beverage. Like, I remember you show up sometimes at someone's house and they like a certain like whiskey, and you show up with like Jim Beam. They're like, Jim Beam.
Yeah.
Jack Daniels, bro. Get out of here. Return that shit.
M&C Mornings, what's up?
All right. Good morning.
Hello.
Hey, Mooch and Crap and J-Dubs, how you doing this Sunday? I got a question. I've been buying a lot of games that are on Black Friday off the Xbox One X Enhanced list, and I just recently purchased that Homefront, and I never gave that game a thought before, but since it was enhanced, I bought it, and it's actually a pretty good game, and it looks really nice. I was wondering if any other games will go on the enhanced list that did not sell that good. If people are buying games that are, that didn't sell well, but they're enhanced now, and people are buying them. Thanks very much.
Yeah, well, I said that Homefront wasn't as bad a game as people were saying. You know what I mean? A lot of people were saying it was really bad or whatever, but mostly, like, if a game's enhanced, I'll probably have a better option of picking it up. But even if it's not, it's still going to run better on the X as well. So
I agree. I mean, it's funny. He was saying that he bought a lot of the enhanced games. A lot of the enhanced games I already have. I'm going to be buying a lot of the games that are the older games. I don't know if they're necessarily enhanced. Agents of Mayhem apparently got a boost.
It's enhanced.
Have you noticed it? Have you gone back to try it?
I haven't played it yet since it's been enhanced, but I do know that it got enhanced.
I know that game you said is #fun.
It is,
but I mean, is it?
It drags on a little bit towards the end, but I still think that it's fun.
Don't you? That's a great question. I kind of want to talk about that. Let's get off the whole Xbox Sony thing, because I mean that gets old after a while too. Here, Crap, do you feel like I've been playing a lot of these games to like completion, okay? That doesn't mean I'm 1,000 out of 1,000 the achievements, but I'm playing them to finish, and I'm trying to get the most out of these games. Do you feel when you get to a lot of these games, when you get to the end of them, sometimes a lot of these games start to really, man, they just keep going and going. And you're like, you could have ended this a little bit ago, guys, and I wouldn't have been upset. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, Evil Within, I thought was just a smidgen over the wire too long, but Doom, for example, was, I thought, way too long. Way too long. Doom was so long, I swear to God, you know what I mean? It was just crazy, and I thought it could have been at least 2-3 chapters shorter. Does anybody else feel like that? They kind of stretch it out at the end?
That's why I like the campaigns of multiplayer games so much. Like that Battlefront 2 campaign was just perfect. The Call of Duty World War II campaign was good. The Gears 4 campaign. The Halo 5 campaign lengthwise was okay, but the story wasn't the best. But yeah, I definitely think that's the case with many games where they'll just have you like go back and do quests. That's why I had a problem with Recore, because they had you like doing like side work to get the cores and shit. And I was like, I got bored easily with that. I don't want to get bored while playing a game. Games are supposed to be fun, so it does suck when the games kind of drag on and on and on. By the way, did you see that dude who beat KOTOR for the first time on backwards compatibility?
Yeah. I'm glad he did that. Good, congratulations.
He was quite excited, wasn't he?
He was like, hell yeah, Crap was right shirt. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Yeah, dude, I've sold a good amount of those. I'm telling you, Mooch buys.
There are no Mooch's right shirts. Jay hasn't put any up there yet.
Jay's been busy with his beer.
He's busy with his beer.
His beer. Yeah, his beers.
Just a lot of R's at the end.
Yeah, his beer.
Now listen, I agree with you, but let me tell you why you're wrong. Tell us, Mooch, please.
Yes.
Let's do another voicemail. We have a bunch more. Now we got that all straightened out.
Actually, I've been hacking behind the scenes, and we've got our old friend on deck.
Oh, the great Yoshida, possibly.
Yes,
that's correct. Let's hear what. He has to say.
I'm in. This is a treat.
Jay Williams. Jay Williams, we have a problem. Jay Williams, answer your dang phone, idiot. Oh, hi, Jay Williams. I didn't know you were there. You are a smart man. Don't believe anything I say. A lot of things have been going bad for Sony lately. Hold on. I text Digital Foundry a bad message. Okay. Turns out I am not the shadiest person in the world. Let me explain. Come here. Come up close and personal with Yoshida. Seems EA has turned some dirty little secrets. I am the most biggest person that rips people off. EA, you are not allowed to be more scandalous than Yoshida. That's about all news I have for today. Let's do some picture pages, boys and girls. Everyone at Sony, my Sony fans, Xbox loyalists, someday you will turn to the dark side. That's a EA joke. Get it? EA Star Wars? Okay. Old news. Okay. Let's draw picture pages, boys and girls, so all you console owners will learn something today. Yoshida is mad because Black Friday happened, the Xbox X happened, and I'm pissed off. Let me get this damn eraser. Okay, I haven't done this in a while, okay. How you spell PlayStation? Let's just do station. Station. Stop looking at back of my head. I saw you guys. I am very angry because my PS4 Pros aren't selling so good. All we needed to do was put a P up there, 1080p, for like 4 years, and you idiots believe everything I say. Now EA is taking spotlight, so we gotta like say 4K or something, but Yoshida is not going to do that. I'm just gonna keep putting pro and fancy words like dynamic, whatever the fuck that means. So let's do how you make R in English and Spanish. R, okay, pro. This is how we win console wars. Pro station. We'll take the word play out of it. If not good enough for you, I will put another P, so we'll have 1080 PP. There you go. That's our new propaganda, everyone. You see it? It does not say poop station. God dang it. That says pro P. Okay, maybe it says poop station. God dang it. If anyone calls my damn console a poop station, Yoshida will be coming for you. Okay, goodbye everybody. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday. Go buy my Sony Studio stuff. Bye.
You're listening to M&C in the Mornings. As always, remember, you can't take anything they say seriously. It's just jokes. Jokes performed by YouTube professionals, and usually the joke's on them.
Almost always the joke's on us.
That's correct. That is correct. Thanks to the great Yoshida for stopping.
Yes, it's all we have fans all over. I mean, Yoshida, Arnold Schwarzenegger, they're all fans, And
well, sure, and they've chose a side, so it is what it is, folks.
Yeah,
it's okay.
and it's just jokes at the end of the day. So
it is, guys.
Hey, hit that like button. Let's get up over 200 likes, people. Let's get that done, huh?
Yes.
Work that out. That's what I'm thankful for. Getting 200 likes. That's what I'd be extremely thankful for.
That would be great, crap. That would be great. Jay, why don't we do we have another voicemail? I do want to hit another voicemail because the chat's alive today.
Sure, we have lots of voicemails, but I made a promise to somebody in the chat, Starscream, that I would do something especially for them because they were asking about where's Jay's super chat button. So here's what I'm going to say to him.
That's always Starscream is great. I love that we have a guy named Starscream. Appreciate it, bro. Absolutely.
Yeah, we haven't broke that out in a little while.
It has been a while.
Yeah. There needs to be some more megatons. We're in like the doldrums. I haven't been able to use a megaton headline in forever. God damn
Well, you know what it is, crap. I bet you the megatons start coming out again. You know what? It's funny. Everybody always says, "Oh, it's great." When I first got into the whole like YouTube thing, people are like, "Oh, you know what's great about YouTube and this and that is it really gets wild and active." September, October, November, and that's true to a certain degree because you have a lot of games to talk about. But the real fun sometimes is the speculation, right? The looking forward to, the anticipation. And a lot of that crap comes in January, February, March, right? As you start to lead up to the initial PAX East and all that. And we're like, the rumors start swirling and maybe we're going to see this, maybe this and that. Maybe this one studio is going to be putting out this game, or we're heard that these two are collaborating to make that. And that's when it's great. That's when that's when the true megatons kind of, the rumors kind of come out. So I'm looking forward. A lot of people say January, February is a slow time for gaming. Not anymore, crap. Not anymore. There's
I think we're going to get a lot of stuff then. I just think that maybe the rest of this year might not be as, as filled with stuff as previously. So hopefully we do get to see some of that stuff. So I heard this year is going to be big though from a lot of people. Like the E3 specifically is going to be something really worthwhile. And where Microsoft really has the benefit is the fact that Sony has showed stuff that was so far out that they can't possibly show that shit again. You know what I mean? Like, are they really going to show another Spider-Man trailer at E3 this year? Another Death Stranding trailer? Another Last of Us 2 trailer? Like, what are they going to show? Like Microsoft really has all eyes on them.
Yeah, if you're a Sony fan, you'd have to hope to God that at E3 you see something in the form of gameplay when it comes to The Last of Us 2 or Death Stranding. If you see more CGI, folks, put your controllers down. It's going to be a while.
They're clapping their
I know.
together.
Everyone's clapping.
Tony,
I love my CGI.
You're on notice, Microsoft. We like those first-party games. But we're not going to mention that, Sony should be on notice because you guys do great multiplayer because we're neutral. So, fuck you.
Right. Let's go to a voicemail, Jay.
Frauds.
Sure, we've got Mr. Scorpio, 4K60.
Nice.
Okay.
Hello everyone, I am Mr. Scorpio 4K60, and I hope everyone, including Mooch and Crap and Jay, had an amazing Thanksgiving full of X's and Xbox. I've been very thankful for getting and winning the 1 year of Game Pass a few weeks ago from your wheel spinny. I was a wiener. It went to a kid, so they're going to enjoy it. And enjoying all the plethora of games and Gears of War 4 coming out next month. It really went to someone who needs it and enjoys it, so I'm happy. Thank you guys for that, it was amazing. I hope I don't sound too creepy and scary. I'm a Scorpio. This is how a Scorpio sounds, but I will flicker Crap Gamer's power if I need to, because remember, this is true power. And Mooch, remember your system. Yeah, that's me. And you know what else? Plug your console into the damn wall. Just do it. My question is to you guys. What style of controller is your favorite and why? Alright, have a great Sunday, everyone. Enjoy your exes. Mr. Scorpio's gotta go have some dinner. Or breakfast, whatever you call it in your country.
Or whatever you call it in your country.
Yeah.
I don't know what he means by favorite controller. I mean, favorite controller. I mean, I like the Elite controller.
The Elite controller, yeah.
Yeah, there's really only one. I have two in the house. I use it all the time. As far as plugging it into the wall, I'm still saying BS on that. I'm plugged into a surge protector. That's a very good one. Now what? 2-3 weeks in. We don't really get those surges. Those surges may happen in like the dog days of summer.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's still. I have my Xbox. You know, I mean, it's on instant on, so it is technically still on. But I have it off. Crap leaves his on all day, all night, which I think is fine. It's designed for that. I just I don't think that's a big deal plugging it into the wall. I think if you have a surge, it's if it fries through your surge protector, it's going to fry through the wall too. I don't know. I know there's the internal thing built into it and all that other nonsense, but crap, if it's got an internal surge and there's an external surge, wouldn't you say that we're both surgically like taken care of? I don't know. I don't think it's a big deal.
The problem is that if you're hooked up, like a lot of people, you might have heard them say, "Hey, my Xbox just shut off randomly" or whatever.
Right.
You're not getting enough power sometimes, and that sometimes happens. So
yeah, I'll buy that for $1. I mean, I get that, and if that's your case, then plug it in the wall. I haven't had my Xbox timeout, blackout, anything out. So I don't know. To me, it's a non-issue. Or as Mooch would say, that seems to be a you problem. I honestly have absolutely no problem with this.
Yeah.
I don't know. My friend is a you problem.
It is.
It really is.
It
so
is.
I don't know, but I wouldn't talk you out of it. If you're in the wall, stay in the wall.
Yeah. Why not? Why not? I mean, if you've had any problems where your shit just shuts off, then it might be worth checking, trying it out just in case.
Right. Yes. Some PSN down was just saying, "Hey, Mooch, whatever happened to the Mark Cerny caller?" I don't know. I miss Mark Cerny. He used to call into the show quite often, and then it just died out. So it would be nice to have a Mark Cerny call in, voicemail. So if you're out there, ain't that special? Ain't that special? 8.4 T-flops. Ain't that special?
T-flops.
Yes, it's very special. It's also made up. So it is what it is. Yeah, I don't know. The other thing, what was the other thing he was saying? Yeah, I didn't get the whole Darth. People are calling him Darth Scorpio. Great call, and he's got his own identity. It is what it is. But I would recommend, if you don't have an Elite controller and you see one go on sale this holiday, it does change the way you enjoy gaming on the Xbox. It is a phenomenal controller. It really is. The weight, the feel to it, it's really good.
Yep.
Let's do another voicemail, Jake, because we are creeping up around the 1 o'clock hour.
Yeah, so we've got Mr. Zombie Killer on deck.
Oh, always good to hear from him.
Absolutely.
Hello, everyone. I'm Mr. Scorpio.
That's the same one we just heard.
Hello, M&C Mornings. Hello, Moosh and Crap. It's Mr. Zombie Killer in Chicago, where it's kind of cold, but not snowing yet. And how was everyone's Thanksgivings? I hope you all had a good Thanksgiving and a Black Friday and got some good deals, because the Xbox store was having amazing deals, and there's a lot of good games in there. So I would say, take advantage of this, because today's probably the last day of the sale, the Sunday, so go do that. And I don't know where Crossfire was on Friday, but I was waiting for some Crossfire. I might have not seen the tweet. But Xbox Nation was also a good show. And what else? Survivor Series happened, and I know Moosh isn't really into wrestling, and he's talking about these 80s wrestling, and I'm like, well, Hulk Hogan ain't there no more. Andre the Giant is alive no more. Mooch, why are you talking about... If you watch wrestling, you would like the phenomenal one, AJ Styles.
Probably not.
You might not like Jinder Mahal because he's like the PlayStation 4 Pro. He doesn't do good. Don't watch that. Don't watch Jinder Mahal. But AJ, he's like him and Brock and Braun are like the Xbox One X's in the same, But my biggest question of today was, do you think this new game you guys were talking about on Xbox Nation, where they had these devs come and make this RPG, I'm kind of hoping that this is going to be the new face, the next face in line with the Xbox brand, where we have Halo, Gears, our Master Chief and Marcus and the car, and then we'll have this new face. I think it will be really awesome. And I'm hoping to God they lock down PUBG. I still think that should be an Xbox game. Why haven't they bought Bluehole yet? I have no idea, but they need to jump on that before next year. Because we need that. I'm not saying we need it, but it should belong to Xbox. And it is an Xbox game. It's just like Minecraft. It's there. It's already here. And it would do so much better. Like Respawn, Titanfall, I don't know. It just was an Xbox game. You know, it moved and didn't do well. Probably because EA failed it so that we could buy it. And now Respawn just had the kiss of death by EA. Jesus. And I'm really hyped. Because so many X-Enhanced games.
He sounds really
just
hyped.
like Christmas every day.
Yeah. He's a crapaholic.
It's going to be cool. I like to see more X-Enhanced games coming soon, like GTA 5 and BioShock Collection would be amazing. But what have you guys did for Thanksgiving? What have you guys been playing? And do you think this this RPG game will be the next face in the Xbox? Thank you. Thank you, Jay. Thank you guys for your time. It's not going to go 3 minutes, I promise. And have a good rest of your Sunday. Zombie Killer out.
Yeah. So what you heard was I was waiting for Zombie Killer went out for so long, my hand actually fell asleep holding the damn phone up for the Scott. I ended up hitting the phone again, and it went to another part of Austin Powers.
We have a wiener.
Jay's like, and now Mr. Zombie Killer, who will be Darth Scorpio.
Who won, Jay? JW.
Oh,
there we go.
He's got
M&C Mornings. What's up?
Hey, what's up, Mooch? What's up, Crap?
James.
I'm definitely enjoying the show. Hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Actually, called and I happened to win the pony prize. My question is, out of all the Black Friday sales that are happening on the Xbox store, is there one in particular that everyone should be having an eye on? Thank you for taking my call. Hope you guys have a good Sunday. Thank you.
I'd say if you have an X, man, and you're not getting Assassin's Creed, slap yourself, because that game is probably the best looking game going. Like,
yeah, I got to agree with you, Crap. Assassin's Creed is phenomenal. I mean, I haven't started it yet, but let's be honest. I mean, how many Let's Plays do I have to watch to see that this thing is a thing of beauty?
It is gorgeous, and just make sure that you have your HDR enabled or whatever. It was so weird. Like, I had to do some kind of weird thing to get it to work on mine for that game in particular, because it was grayed out or whatever. So you have to back out to your settings and then change one thing around, then restart the game, and then it was enabled. So yeah, it was pretty damn cool.
Right.
But the game looks gorgeous. I've been showing pictures and people are like, holy shit.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I really think that's the way to go. I think another one that's out there that people really are sleeping on is, and I'm not saying it's the graphical jump that maybe you guys are looking for on the X, but The Evil Within 2 is fantastic. Wolfenstein 2, however you want to call it. And what else? I mean, what else is really great out there? Forza 7. I don't know if that's that's not on the sale, I don't think, is it?
Did you guys know that Mel calls it Wolfensteinstein?
Yes, she does, which I appreciate. She's a mooch maniac.
Well, she's a mooch maniac, but it is Wolfenstein, by the way. But I do think, like, kind of going back to the caller before, or the voicemail before, like Microsoft, who knows how much it would cost to get PUBG? You know what I mean? It could cost a shit ton. You know,
I'm pretty sure they're looking into it or have looked into it. You know, regardless, Crap. I mean, they're gonna listen. PUBG becoming exclusive to the console will depend on how many people buy that thing next month. If they see this thing blow up and 1 million, 1.5 million people buy it instantly, well, Microsoft's like, okay, give me the checkbook and the feather pen. I'm about to write a large check. It'll happen. If not, and it's just mediocre to the audiences, then you're not going to really see it. It's going to be interesting how the whole dynamic of what happened with Fortnite plays a role on PUBG's future. On console.
Yeah, I could totally understand that. I think that game's already at what, like 22 million or something.
It's unbelievable. Yeah. I mean, it's every month seems like it's another million. And another one. And another one.
And another one. Exactly. It is. It's insane. It's honestly, it's absolutely insane how well that game's doing. It might cost them as much to get that as Minecraft.
Right.
Like they're probably running the numbers though. I would assume Microsoft is pretty smart when it comes to that. So like Wolfenstein would be one, Assassin's Creed, You know,
what do you think, Crap? I mean, I put it in the title here. What about Playground Games? What about what they're doing? Do you think that this thing has any kind of
I think it has to do
exclusivity with Microsoft?
I think it has to do something with that because to date they've only ever done games with Microsoft, right? So I would assume that it has to have something to do with Microsoft. And you had all those people hiring, like doing like that did work on Horizon Zero Dawn type games and stuff like that. So I could definitely see that being a thing. I would assume, until we're told otherwise, that this game will probably be Xbox exclusive and on Windows as well. You know,
yeah,
but
I think that's a smart move. I mean, we know they have talent, right? We know they're a talented group. We know that they have a good rapport with Microsoft. They've made money with Microsoft. Kind of seems ridiculous to not keep rolling with Microsoft here, or I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, even if they get an exclusive, 6 months with this thing, or like they did with Rise of the Tomb Raider, maybe Microsoft wants to test the waters out, right? Crap, and see how good that they're making this. They get the exclusive rights, they publish it, and then if it does go to PlayStation after a year, that's fine. But then the second and third one they'll lock down. You know what I mean? It depends on the success of it. It all depends on and let me say shout out to Alan Savage. Thank you for that donation, the super chat.
That dude is
Alan's a true M&C. I'm gonna say an M&C fan. He's a big fan.
He's an M&C fan, man.
Yeah.
We always appreciate that stuff.
Thank you, Alan.
It's always good to hear the fans or see that, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people don't realize the time and things like that we put into doing the show, and so it is really good when people do that. And of course, it's not necessary, but it is really always appreciated. Yeah, hell yeah, man. We always appreciate that, and we're very grateful for that stuff. So thank you very, very much. We appreciate it.
We should do another voicemail.
Yeah, who else we got on deck there, JW?
We've got a new caller. He goes by the name Trick Gaming.
Okay.
Hey guys, this is Trick Gaming, calling from New York City. I just wanted to talk about the elephant in the room that no one seems to want to talk about, and that's Phil Spencer saying that he had no clue about Sony's new-gen console, which kind of makes no sense, because how is it possible that Sony made a mid-gen console followed by Microsoft making a mid-gen console just a year later, but announcing it basically at the same time? There's no way that both companies didn't know about each other's making a mid-gen console just 3 years in. So it's either they're working together or someone was hacked and Sony heard that Microsoft was making a mid-gen console because of the Xbox One being weaker, and then they just decided to rush one out, or vice versa. So I just wanted to ask you guys what you think about that. If they're lying about that, or if they actually knew that they're both making mid-gen consoles. All right, have a great day. See you later.
Yeah, we talked about this crap.
There's no collusion or anything like that. Microsoft started on their idea right after the Xbox One originally launched, right? So that the X and the S both went into pre-production right thereafter, right? They knew they had to do something. Sony hinted at doing a more powerful PS4 beforehand as well. The real reason that Sony did theirs was for PSVR. So it seems like a coincidence or whatever, but like they don't. If Microsoft really knew what the hell was going on in Sony, they would have known that Sony had switched from using 4 gigs of GDDR to 8, and maybe done something to kind of rectify that situation. Which, by the way, somebody says in the chat, what did he say? He says the chip manufacturers talked to both. That's true, Fuzzy, but they're signed under NDAs. They aren't allowed to share any information whatsoever. So you could really get in a lot of trouble if you were to talk about some of that stuff that you're not supposed to.
I do understand the caller's point, though. Crap. I'm having a really hard time.
There's nothing really hard to understand about it, right?
I'm just saying, you don't think either of them knew?
But no, they put out a flop of a fucking console with the X or with the Xbox One at launch. It was getting all kinds of hate, this big balky fucking thing. So they knew they had to do something. They started it right away. And
hold on, let me stop you right there. I agree with what you said. I agree with that. But that's what and Sony came out and said we were expecting an S. They knew that Microsoft always does a slim like they did, but they didn't expect them to come out with an ultimate system like they did with the X.
Phil didn't like the idea of being behind in the power area, so that's what that's all about.
You think that's well? If he doesn't, then he's not going to like it moving forward. So what's he going to? Is he always going to trump the competition?
That's the plan, is to always have them beat in the power narrative. So
yeah, I guess I agree with you. I totally.
There's no kind of they.
Now listen, I agree with you, but let me tell you why you're wrong. I mean, I will
kind of thing, because if you look back, even on BGST years ago, that the Sony guy was like, yeah, it wouldn't be against our nature to maybe come out with a mid-gen console that's more powerful and they can do 4K. And he brought up Netflix and stuff like that as an option, right? Years ago. And then we get it. So it's not like some big deal, in my opinion. You know what I mean? It's not. I don't think there's any kind of, they're definitely not working together. They're definitely, it's just what happened to be coincidence. They were both severely underpowered to start the generation.
Well, that's what I said. I said the X, to me, as much as I'm excited and I'm loving it, this is something I thought we were getting back in 2013. And I thought this was going to be the jump that we wanted. Yeah. And I mean, I don't know. As gamers, I always say, like, let these guys, let them make something super powerful. And like $600, if they made this thing back in 2013, it probably would have been $650, right? Everybody would be like, no, it's the end of the world. Like literally the E3 show floor would have opened up and people would have fell into it. It would have been the end of the world. But would it have been really? Instead, we're buying two consoles, whether you're a PlayStation fan or Xbox. We're all buying two consoles this generation. I would have rather had this super power box in 2013 that cost more. That's what I'm saying. People don't realize, like, money spent on a quality item, it goes further. It lasts longer. You end up spending less in the long run. People don't realize that. Don't be upset if you hear something amazing come out and it's $500, $550, $600. Don't shit your pants. Don't freak out. It's not that big of a deal if it's a quality product. Let's wait till the specs come out. But I'm saying if they make an all-powerful machine like the Xbox 2, the PS5, and they're $500-$600 machines, like, who cares? Like, it's going to last you longer than having a mid-gen every 2 years, every 3 years, and you're buying two. It's the same thing, people. I just don't get it. I don't understand why everybody wants everything for free in the gaming community. When it comes to hardware, it just doesn't work like that. With new technology comes new price and high price.
Yeah.
If you want
$500 isn't even really that high. Most people could have traded in their old console or whatever. It would have been fine.
It's really not.
It's not a big deal at all.
You go to look at a lot of people are shopping right now, buying. Even if you're not, forget Tech World. Let's say you're just going to like some of these places like J. Crew, or you're going to like Abercrombie and Fitch, wherever everybody goes. They're all selling $60 to $100 pair of jeans. Crap, right? Yeah. I mean, so you're buying what? Each of your nephews, nieces, daughters, sons, a pair. You're at $400. It's 4 pairs of jeans. Designer jeans. I understand some of you are going to be like, oh, that's crap, Mooch. I buy Wranglers for $20. Okay, I'm sure you do. But you probably do those and you're doing the lawn in those and blah, blah, blah. And you're wearing them all over the place. So instead of buying 1 pair of designer jeans for the year, you're buying 3 Wranglers. It's still expensive. Okay?
Yeah.
Still $1, folks. It is what it is. It splits the same way no matter how you slice or dice it. Let's take another call.
Yeah, who we got? Jay?
Hey, now. WNBC.
He might be taking a call or something.
WNBC.
Yes. Jay.
Nope.
There we go.
There's the call. We know.
Although, we should mandate that 20 minutes before the end of the show, we should probably shut down.
I love how crap. You were funnier last week when you're like, oh look, in Skype.
Hey, Mooch and Crap, Mighty Spidey from Canada. Love you guys. A lot of Canadians support your show, and keep up the good work.
Canadians,
and
whom?
Yeah, we'll talk to you soon.
Wow.
What the hell was that?
That was great.
Was that a call, Jay? Or was that
a call?
That was a call, and that was actually Guy Lacroix.
Oh, Guy Lacroix.
From the chat.
Told you he was hella Canadian, Mooch, and you're like, we don't know he's Canadian. I'm like, that motherfucker's Canadian.
Well, we don't know. I mean, who really knows?
We just had a quick conversation while you guys were yelling my name, of course. That
hey.
Yeah, so we were having a quick conversation about how us Canadians are too polite to mooch stuff, and that's my biggest problem, I think. So.
Oh yeah, see, there's no room to be polite when you're mooching stuff. Anybody that wants to just hook me up, MOH Space Crap Gamer.
Tell your family, tell your family, Jay, that you need to do a 3-month like sabbatical and like do your over in New York. You'll be mooched up in about 3 months.
I'm gonna book my flight tomorrow.
Come on over,
you
buddy.
have lots of Canadian beer with you.
We have plenty of beer.
Plenty of beer. Yeah.
We have beer with like 7 R's. Yes,
Okay,
they're
and
all.
I like Canadian beer, but ironically, I hate Molson Canadian, so don't buy Molson
You know,
Canadian.
believe it or not, I'm not a fan of Molson either. If you're gonna come here, we're drinking Labatt's.
What are you talking about?
I like Labatt's. I like Sleeman's. I like.
Never had this.
I even like Miller Genuine Draft. So.
Okay, well, big Miller fan myself.
There you go. Perfect.
You're in good company.
I'll be there in a week.
In New York, we aim to please. Crap.
Even when your pipes burst.
Even when the pipe bursts.
Yeah. We don't really have that problem here.
No, you don't.
Okay, so are we ready for another voicemail?
Yeah, let's do it.
Sure. We've got Vertigo Tempest, and there was a funny story between me and Vertigo. We were going back and forth. He was trying to leave it on Skype. It kept cutting off on him, and I kept saying, no, you have to just email one in. He wasn't quite comfortable doing that, but he did a great job. So here comes Vertigo Tempest.
Nice.
Mooch, Crap, J-Dubs, this is Xbox Live's Vertigo Tempest, proud owner of the console formerly known as Other, Scorpio a Dish. Listen, guys, I'm a Patreon supporter. I waited months to do it. I wanted to see how you guys stayed, which was balanced and entertaining, and I love that. Completely support it. Crap, you're a clickbaiting son of a bitch, but I watch every one of your clips, and they're entertaining as hell. However, I'm definitely a Mooch maniac. I agree with him most of the time on everything. Which, by the way, Mooch, let's get a shout out for happy birthday to Moleskins and Throw Rugs. They each got a 20% off coupon on GameStop. Anyway, guys, listen, here's my question. Net neutrality is seriously being threatened by the FCC right now. That has huge implications on all of us as gamers, regardless of what system we're on, especially as digitally dependent as we are now. And if they do repeal these rules, I'm interested what you guys' thoughts are. I got a lot to say, but I really want to know what you think. Anyway, love the show. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.
Well, we kind of already covered the net neutrality thing earlier,
Yeah.
so not really much more to add onto there. But
good calling though. Awesome to have.
You know what's funny?
Patreon.
In your tags, Mooch, on this, it just shows Forza Motorsport 1 from 2005.
Yeah, why though?
I have no idea.
I didn't even put Forza in the tags. It's in the title, but it's not in any of my tags.
They just added it. They were like, "Hey, that's funny."
So what is that? I don't even know what that actually means. So that means this episode of M&C Mornings is brought to you by Forza Motors.
I guess like if you put I guess in the title or in the tags, if it computes with them or whatever. So
well,
I don't know.
Could be worse, right?
Yeah, it definitely could be worse. But hey, I appreciate that guy watching all the stuff. Real quick, I'll do some Patreon shout outs. Biggie, Josha, Jack, Jackal, Delilah HD, of course, Justin B, Anthony N, Lethal Papa, thank you guys, John S, Mark D, G-Man 209, Vertigo Tempest, there you are. He is a Patreon supporter. Thank you guys so much. Killing Dan, Jazzy Noop, Xbox, Silent Bob, Neth, Dirt Griggity, Fuzzy Belvedere, Mr. Boomstick XL, Vec Boss, Jackomus, Gamer Forte, Supra G, David Boeck, Brian B, Dodka Vodka, of course, Mark S, Mark B, Lady Foxfire, Sean Davies, Snotty Kleenex, excuse me, Ray Barada, John B, Knit, Jesus Christ, Z Black Rider, Primal Data, Joe E, Stinking Corpse, Anthony B, Prince X, Michael J, and Christopher. Thank you guys very, very much. And I read off a lot more of them just because I forgot to update Jay with the more updated one. So you got a verbal shout out as well. Thank you guys very much for supporting us on Patreon. There's more. We got to do another one probably this week. The exclusive podcast of Patreon members.
Hey now.
So yeah, it'll be cool to get all your guys' support and stuff like that. We really do appreciate it. But yes,
and I have something special to play for all of our Patreon supporters.
Okay.
Okay. No, you didn't. Hadouken! That is so quality. Hadouken! That's Mooch doing Hadouken on. Was that Xbox Nation? Yes, it was.
Wait, was that really Mooch, or was that really?
That's me. Hadouken! That's me. Crap's about to lose it.
Dude, I didn't even realize. I thought that was like the really thing. I forgot that you even fucking said that. That's
Hadouken! Listen. I've always worked really hard on doing like different kind of sound effects. I really should sit, Jay. We should probably sit down. I've got a bunch of them. You tell me if they're worth recording or not. But yeah, I've been doing that. Crap! Thought that was the game. That was me.
I did. Dude, I didn't know you went all out for the Hadouken, man. I forgot. Like, damn.
Oh yeah, man. It's so good, Jay. God bless you. I don't know if I like the Hadouken. I'm still going to vote for Who Cares being the best.
Oh man.
Now, Jay, did All Day call in with that, or did you rip that one off of his
cares?
I think that he called in with that one, didn't he? Did we lose Jay?
Yeah, I actually requested him to call in.
You know what I would like you to do? You got to go into his Twitter and grab that video soundbite of his. The one he did on his Twitter account is longer and even clearer than that. It is absolutely something that should be on everybody. Whenever someone argues with somebody, they should play that for them.
It's on his Twitter account? Okay.
It is on his Twitter account. There it is. Okay. Oh, I just saw the All Day. That finally popped up for me. That didn't pop up the first time. That's
well, you know why I didn't? Because you got this shit set to like extra high latency or something. It's like there's a huge delay today.
Yeah, you know what it is? So when we've been doing this now on OBS for a while, when we were doing it the first 2 weeks when I went to low latency, it was doing it automatically. I bet you this one time, for some odd reason, I didn't go there and look.
Yeah.
It probably set itself to normal again.
Yeah, but people don't get it that with this show, there's so much prep time that we have to take so many other things into consideration. Like I have to test my sound, and we have to test our masks, and you guys now have to go in and do all the stuff with sending me the stream key. I mean, there's a lot of work involved in this show. So people, I know a lot of people praise us for our production value, but I'm just trying to reiterate that we do a lot to make this show awesome for everybody. So.
Yeah, you know, Noof's asking when do we want to do more sound bites. Noof, you definitely, for sure, me, Crap, and Jay have been talking about this. But there's a bunch of you guys in the chat that we've been thinking about getting you guys involved. So we'll reach out to you guys on Twitter. And if you guys are up to helping the show with some good sound bites, etc., we'd like to get, like I said.
We need some intros for M&C evenings, too.
Absolutely.
Because everything's like morning.
So this show's for the people. You know what I mean? We want you guys involved. We really think that
for the people, yes.
The community is a big part of this show. A lot of people use the word community, but we actually encompass the community into the show. So we really like you guys to be a big part of it.
Actually, yeah, we do. It means everything. I am really thankful for all the fans and stuff like that. They're awesome. Yeah, absolutely awesome. So
do we have it on the voicemail, or
we do
them? Jay,
we do.
Oh, yes. We actually have 3 left. So let's go with an old friend, Xbox Trigger.
Let's do it.
All right.
Hey, Mooch. Hey, Crap. Hey, Jay. It's Xbox Trigger from Twitter. And before my question today, I just want to wish you guys had a happy Thanksgiving. Hope you guys had a great Black Friday. And hope everything went well for you guys. My question today is, who do you think won MPD? Now, obviously, I would say Xbox, but it looks like PS4 actually sold out this Black Friday because of the price. I guess PS4, since it's a bigger brand, people jumped on it more, even though the Xbox is $189, which is kind of weird, but that's how it is. The PS4 is more popular, fortunately. So, do you think that there's a chance that PS4 might have actually won this November because of that Black Friday, or because of the X, Microsoft still won? But either way, I think it's going to be very, very close, unfortunately. And I would like to be much further than that, but people really wanting that $299. I'm sorry, $199 PS4. Anyway, what's your guys' thoughts? Bye.
It's not going to be close. The whole PS4 sold out thing was exaggerated. There was a lower stock, and it was like Amazon or something like that. And you can't just count Black Friday, which probably will be close overall. But you have to look at the November 7th, which is still this month, where Microsoft could have sold upwards of 1 million Xbox One X's alone. Right. So
ultimately, Microsoft almost had 2 Black Fridays. You know what I mean?
Yep. So yeah, they should be good to go. It's not going to be close. They're gonna lock it up. No worries.
Yeah, and I mean the 189, whatever it was, 189, 179, whatever that price tag was on the S, that was selling like hotcakes. So if we can say that Black Friday, and analysts have already come out and said that it's a coin flip who won Black Friday, PlayStation or Xbox. then you throw in November 7th. It's hard. It's hard to fathom PlayStation winning the NPD because of that. But I don't know. Stranger things have happened. But you know,
I'd be shocked if
yeah.
won. What you need, Jay, is a picture of Mooch.
Oh
in
God!
the,
Yes, please.
yes.
Doing the. I wanted the uppercut. Can you get the bird doing the uppercut?
Oh, I can probably do that.
Hadouken.
No, that's a. Oh, you can.
Yes, it is. If I have to improvise, I will.
Yes, it would be
yes.
great. Jay, who else we got?
We have KAH Masters.
All right.
Is that new? New calling?
Mooch, Crap, J-Dub, this is KAH Masters. Calling you once again. Just a couple questions real quick. First, what Xbox One game next year you think will get the most improvement on the X over the base systems? And two, Mooch, when you gonna come out with your book to teach people how to mooch like you? It's an art form and it should be monetized. Thanks. That's my only questions for y'all. Peace.
It's many years in training.
I'm going to be buying that book right away.
Yeah, I should probably write it.
I think
you guys would like the book because it'd only be 10 pages long. Go ahead, Crap. My fault.
Yeah, and you could just mooch the book. That'd be funny.
That would be hilarious.
Come to the signing and take a book.
Hey, he says, Philosopher Doom says Jay's Hadouken was very polite. I find that very funny.
That is.
Yeah. You know what? I think like Red Dead 2 is gonna
The part that makes it so funny because it's me. I don't think it's them, but Crap believing that it was actually Ryu.
I thought it was Ryu, dude. So that's why I was like, oh, okay. And then you're like, no, that's me. And then I'm like, oh,
and then you're like, you went like this. You did your classic thing. You're like, no, wait, what? And then you and then you're like, holy shit.
That was like the Megaton thing when I first heard that. Like, I was like, man, he went all in on that because, you know, sometimes you feel silly doing recording.
You definitely do, yeah.
But then you really went all in for it. You were like, you know, so I thought that was fucking great. But I do think Red Dead 2 is going to be a game that's going to look much better on the
Beautiful.
X. There's going to be a new Battlefield game next year as well, and that's going to obviously look and run much better on the X as well. So I would look for that trend to really continue.
I agree.
Jay, do you agree?
Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree. I'm a hoser, eh? I live in Canada and I drink beer.
What did somebody say though? He said your Hadouken was very polite. I can see Jay giving a Hadouken in a game and then putting his hand out and picking up Ken. Hadouken! Hadouken! He ripped that off Xbox Nation too, which is great.
He did, man. That's great though. That's funny as hell. And he told us, he's like, "Yeah, I got a couple surprises for today." So
he did say that, but then as we were going through the show, I'm like, "All right, maybe I was just hallucinating when he said that. I didn't hear anything."
It's funny because when I play Street Fighter, I am constantly slamming the fireball button over and over again.
Hadouken! Hadouken!
You know what they gotta do? They gotta put Mooch into the game from now on. You know what I mean? I think that would be absolutely amazing.
I would love
Didn't they, in the original Street Fighter game, wasn't there some kind of an animal? No, I'm thinking of Tekken.
Yes, Tekken. No, Blanca was the closest thing. Yeah.
Oh, I know what it was. There was a guy named Birdie.
On what?
In the original Street Fighter, not Street Fighter 2, but Street Fighter 1, there was a guy named Birdie.
I think you're right.
Yeah, Birdie's in the new Street Fighter as well, actually.
Oh, is he? Okay, so they brought him back. Excellent. Okay, so we have our last voicemail. And it's from our favorite. It's from our favorite Ninja Turtle.
Raphael.
Hello, Mooch Crap, J-Dubs. This is your favorite Ninja Turtle, Raphael, calling you once again. Happy belated Thanksgiving. I hope you guys are still in a food coma like I am. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. I have two questions for you today. Number one, do you think that the lack of multiplayers in some games have forced the developers to artificially lengthen the life of the game? Case in point, Wolfenstein: The New Order. The New Colossus. I just finished it, and I realized that there is no chapter select feature like there was in the previous games. If you fail to get even one single collectible out of the 250 ones that they put in the game, you have to start from scratch and replay the entire game over, making sure you miss nothing. Otherwise, you'll never get the achievement. And secondly, what do you guys think of single-player games in which features are built from the ground up to facilitate microtransactions? Again, case in point, Shadow of War, where the fourth act of the game is a storyless, joyless grind to get a 2-minute cutscene that is the quote-unquote true ending of the game, that is made to be slow and grindy, and the only relief is the one loot crate that you cannot pay with in-game currency, which is the XP boost, which makes it faster. What do you think about these two things? And again, happy Thanksgiving, and I'll listen to you guys on my way to work probably on Monday. Take care.
I like his idea. I mean, I like games that allow you to go back and go in the chapter select and be able to grab, especially. I mean, that's the one thing that I got to say about Wolfenstein 2 that I guess I would say I'm not a fan of. Like, there's a billion collectibles in each stage. Like, you just turn around and you have a habit of just pressing the X button to pick up, extra ammo and health and armor and this and that. And then all of a sudden, like, you'll press X really quick and it'll be like, no, hold X. Because it's got like a collectible to pick up, whether it be a news article or a diary or this or that. And I'm like, dude, like, I like it when you have like 5 or 6 hidden in a board, but there's like, I don't know, a billion. I'm like, what? Like, that's no fun, dude. I honestly, when you do that, I'm out. Like, I don't care if I get them all or not. That I'm not. I would go back and play Wolfenstein 2 for the enjoyment of playing on a harder level and getting, I'll speak like crap here, to get an achievement. But I'm not going to go back to get all the collectibles. There's too many of them to even care. Like, it's like, I don't. It's the same thing. Like, do you remember Batman Arkham? What was it? Arkham City, where there was like 1 billion Riddler green question marks all over the city.
Yeah, the Riddler trophies and stuff.
Yeah, the Riddler. I mean, there was a million of them. I'm like, dude, stop it. Who the hell has time to do 600 Riddler trophies? Stop.
Some people did.
Well, yeah, it's called unemployment and youth. You know, I mean, like, there's nobody who gets up and goes to work Monday through Friday or Monday through Saturday these days, right? Everyone's working so much. Life's changed so much in the past 20 years. You know what I mean? Saturdays and Sundays used to be the weekend. The weekend is now usually Sunday morning till Walking Dead ends. That's the weekend in America, folks. Okay. So with that being said, who's got time to go and do 600 collectibles? If you have 100 collectibles or 75 or 50, absolutely. I think that's fun to go out there and scavenge and look for them. But 600 collectibles, stop it. Just stop. And I'm not saying that's what Wolfenstein has, but that's with the Riddler trophies. I thought that was a little out of hand.
Yeah, I mean, some people like doing that shit. I'm just not one of them. You know what I mean?
That's too much. I don't, like I said, you want to make them a moderate number, 25, 50, 75, 100. Yes. But once you start talking about 600, 700, I'm out.
Yeah. So I agree. I agree. Right. I agree with you.
Yes.
100%.
Without the oops.
Without the oops. Was that the last one, Jay?
That was the last one. Yeah.
All right. So let's spin the wheel of wonders.
That wheel.
Damn it. The damn wheel decided to not jump in right away. Just give me a second. I'll fix it.
That's all right.
I hear the sounds.
The sounds are there. Yeah. That's all that matters.
Yeah. You know what the problem was? I was doing some live streaming on the weekend, and I decided that I was going to live stream some gameplay, and I messed up all my settings. I was switching things around and decided I wasn't gonna. I don't know. Sorry about that. I'll fix it ASAP.
Fix it up. But you better do it, Jay.
But let's talk about the corruption in the gaming industry. Talk amongst yourselves.
The corruption in the gaming industry.
There's the infamous no signal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly. Okay, well, I'm going to take it back to default so people can see you while I'm fixing this.
Oh, okay, good. So yeah, we'll probably just have to take our word for it on who won. I'm sure this shit never ends up working out right when we got to do it this way.
Oh, somebody's Xbox turned on.
Yeah,
that was mine. So that's what the problem was, because I forgot that. So what I've done recently was pushed everything through my Xbox now, And now, because my Elgato's only got one connection, right? And I've got my Xbox in here. So I decided to connect my Xbox into my Elgato. Then I thought, well, that's not going to work because I need my Surface tablet plugged into my Elgato for the Wheel of Wonder. And then, of course, Mr. Brilliant J decided, okay, well, I'll just run the pass-through from my Surface tablet back into my HDMI in, and that'll all work. And technically it will work, but I have to make sure that I have it all set up before the show starts. So,
yeah. There you go, folks.
Sorry about that, guys. Just give me 1 second.
Jay's like, he's kind of like Scotty, right? In the new Star Treks. It's like, Scotty, they're going to kill us. He's like, I'm working on it, sir. He's like, it'll be up in a minute.
It will be up in a minute.
Yes, it sounds and you're fired.
This is totally my own issue.
Jay's Wheel of Wonder is quickly becoming like PSN.
It's becoming the PSN Wheel of Wonder.
Yeah.
There's some space on your Xbox. You got Jay's Xbox is up there.
So I have to turn my Xbox on.
Look at that.
Yes.
I don't get to see my Xbox.
Nice, Jay.
Yeah. And there we go. Now we have the Wheel of Wonder is up. Just I know you guys have to wait a second because there is a delay, but it is up. So do you want me to spin?
Yes, spin that wheel because you're gonna have to tell us who won thanks to this bug's delay anyway.
There it is, folks. There's the wheel.
Okay, here we go.
All right, let's spin it. Woo! Hey now. Well, I have a static wheel, but it's still there. I hear it spinning. Who's our winner, Jay?
The winner is Vertigo Tempest.
There it is.
Ooh,
Vertigo Tempest.
yeah.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Vertigo
Deserves
Tempest.
the win too because new Patreon, great call-in, great new entrance into the show. Vertigo, nice work. And I see Vertigo's also a Destiny 2 fan. So Vertigo, add me on Xbox
So he got
Live.
that going against him.
He's got that going for him. It depends. Yeah, add me on Xbox if you haven't already, Vertigo, and I'll do the same. I'll return the favor. Absolutely, that's very cool. See him talking about doing the Destiny raid because the reset is on Tuesday, folks.
Yeah.
For all of you. And Jay, crap, you better start that new character when we get the 4K enhancements. You have a full week to get all your other
character's only
games.
level 2 anyway, so
Okay, then so we're all set. Okay, good. I see you waited for me. Great.
Yes, exactly.
That's very kind of you.
Yeah, I started with intentions to play it, and then a hurricane hit for 8 days, and I had no power.
Blame the hurricane. Awesome. There you go, folks. There's a T-shirt.
Hell yeah.
I was going to start Destiny 2, but I had a hurricane.
I did.
I forgot to play the wiener for Vertigo.
Oh, play it.
We have a wiener.
There it is for Vertigo.
He was looking for his wiener in the chat.
Yes.
You're not going to find it in the chat, Vertigo.
We did have a couple call-ins asking about it. The one gentleman did. Crossfire will return Friday, 7 o'clock Eastern time. So in case you're wondering, that was just a holiday break, and we are rep and ready and raring to go for Friday. So we'll be good. And we have M&C Mornings, which we'll be doing M&C Evenings this week for our Patreon folks.
Yeah, so if you want to get in on that, man, $20.
Yep, please. It does help, and it really, really does go towards making the show better.
It does. Even though we're working out some kinks still, but still,
Yes.
it's a good thing. So, Jay, can we do the Mooch and Crap theme into the outro because that's always the best way to end.
It really is.
Let's do it.
All right, enjoy your Sunday, everybody.
Take it easy. Rack 'em up.
Mooch and crap, mooch and crap. They talk about games and no drama smack. Search the web for media tide to catch these ponies in their lives. Look out, here comes Mooch and Crab. Are they bots? Listen up. They have Mountain Dew in their blood. NeoGaf, Xbox Threads, Crap's got 10 dog all over it. Hey there, here comes Mooch and Crab. From a tweet of Phil, Xbox hate will arrive like the Scorpio. Mooch and Crab are just in time. Mooch and Crap, Mooch and Crap. Any gaming do a Mooch and Crap. YouTubing is their core. A thumb in is its reward to them. Xbox is one big hangout. Whenever there's a game out, you'll find Mooch and Crap.
Wake on up. It's Mooch, it's Crap, and Jay in the morning. Wipe your eye boogies, get your coffee finished yawning. This is Mooch and Crap Morning Show. Wake up, let us begin with gaming news, skits, and call-ins from all the fans. No matter where you at, Cali or Pakistan, New York or New Guinea, this is where it's at. These are Xbox dudes with Xbox views on slander and hate towards Xbox news. This is Mooch and Crap Morning Show for the people, and they coming with it. Now do you understand? Now do you get it? Ponies love to lie and PC fans won't admit it, but Xbox hate is real and they all with it. Call in, let it ring in. We here to rock, we here to win. It's about the games, it's about the pride. Now Xbox community, come on, let's rock. Mooch and Crap Morning Show.